This is the full stream with SNEAKO, MOHAMMED HIJAB, Musa Adnan. Let's watch it.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. They're in for a treat when they got the champ coming walking in this place like this.
The champ is here.
Where am I sitting? Here, there?
These two chairs here.
Oh my
That's
god.
okay. I know there's seats for everybody else in here. Amazing. Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad Hijab. How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah, man.
Alhamdulillah. It's great to see you. I was just, before you came in, I was telling like how this all came about. You know, that this was a complete coincidence that we're all here at the same time. Why are you in Bosnia?
We came here for a couple of meetings with.
Wait, let's get the light. Is he here?
Come here. Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind grabbing him? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need the light.
And we decided to do some sightseeing. Say a bit longer, and do some sightseeing. And you know, to be honest, coming to Bosnia, I've found that it's like a hidden gem in terms of like places to go. You know, who's that?
That's Waze, don't worry.
Yeah.
I need the light.
What, like the camera light?
Yeah, no, just, light for, we'll just get an extra light.
Okay, I'll go grab a camera light.
Yeah.
It's a hidden gem in terms of like places to go, especially for Muslim people. It's got a lot of history. It's got a lot of culture. The food is great. The weather is perfect, and the
Musa
scenery
Adnan.
is amazing.
The scenery has been great.
And
Yeah.
we've got Musa Adnan, obviously the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, I was just showing them the picture we took in the presidential suite here.
That's fantastic.
We look like we're negotiating deals with Iran to promote Islam in the West. We look like we're taking Saudi money in there. But, yeah, we just had a great dinner. I was explaining to them. Great hospitality. Thank you for that, by the way. I highly appreciate
Anytime, my
the
friend.
hospitality. But yeah, what are the chances that we're in Bosnia for the same reason at the same time in the same couple of days?
That's right. So, I think Allah has a plan, and the plan is to bring people together who are like-minded, who have similar objectives for the common and the greater good. That's why. What do you think, Musa, about that?
100%, bro. Obviously, as Muslims, we believe in qadr, the concept of qadr,
Yeah.
that Allah has decreed everything, predestined everything.
Yeah.
And these type of things show you, man. Like, we didn't plan this. When we posted the vlog, we had one of SNEAKO's guys message,
Yeah.
Halal Co.
Halal, shout out to Halal, by the way.
Is that his name?
That's definitely not his name, but he goes by Halal Co. So he's like the representative of me on Dean 100%. If I was to be on Dean,
So
100%.
it's not you. It's not you.
It's not me. It's he's from the UK. Actually, I invited him at dinner. I realized like maybe we should link up with him.
Because I've seen his tweets. Like I thought that was you. Like
People think that I run my the fan pages.
The
and stuff.
updates and so
I would not have. When would I have time to be doing? You see how busy I am throughout the day.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be literally impossible. But there's a conspiracy theory that it's all me. But no, he's a brother from the UK, and he's been reaching out quite a bit. So there he is, right here. Actually, it's funny that you just say
He's
that.
a good man. I think he's doing some great work himself, and he deserves the credit. Maybe we should meet him one day when we go to the UK.
Yeah, I think he lives in the UK, so we can meet up with him. And then SNEAKO Updates is this kid from Canada.
Really?
Yeah, they don't want to keep. So yeah, it's funny that everyone keeps on Twitter. They say all the time, SNEAKO's one of these accounts. It would be impossible.
Wow.
Also, it was pretty cool. We were just walking around Bosnia in the what do you call it, the old city, the old town.
Yeah.
Seeing the difference in demographics that we have.
Someone's knocking on the door.
I'll get it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Someone's knocking on the door.
We need the light.
Someone's knocking on the door. Yeah.
Someone looking at the door.
Someone knocking.
It's just seeing the difference in demographics
Yeah.
that we have. Mohammed Hijab's, his fans are very. I mean, you're a reflection of what you put out there, and your fans are very, I would say, academic. Like they want to have.
so?
Yeah, I would say so. Like the conversations look like they're.
I mean, the thing is, I've got a lot of Arabic people coming to me now. Like, I was surprised to see how many people with like Arabic as a first language come to us. And that's because a lot of our work now has been translated into Arabic. I told you before, I think you should do stuff in Arabic or have at least some stuff translated into Arabic. The Arabic market is a huge market, 500 million people.
That I've not tapped into completely.
You haven't tapped into at all, I would say. Like, you've got a whole pool of people there that are used to, by the way, reading subtitles. They're used to reading subtitles because they watch movies and films and stuff like that with the Arabic subtitles on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge demographic, and because I do some little Arabic videos, but for the most part they know me through what I do in English, but it's translated into Arabic. So yeah, there is that, and in Bosnia there's a big Khaliji community, Arabs from Saudi Arabia, from all these places, Gulf countries, coming for holiday. So that's why it explains maybe a part of the difference in demographic. And I see some kids coming to you, some children.
Yeah, that really surprised me. There was a 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid who started fighting me on the street. He just was like beating, like literally.
That is a demographic that I've not been able to tap into at all.
Yeah. Do you want to? It doesn't seem like
it's not something I want to do. And if I did say I wanted, the right wing would say something about it.
Yeah, they would. They would.
The far right would say.
They would. Well, what are they saying? Because recently I had a debate,
What a love,
major debate
bro.
with this guy, Moist Critical, and I
Double
absolutely
hijab.
demolished him on the age of consent topic. Just following the Islamic position that we're supposed to follow the age of marriage. The age of consent is not even an Islamic position at all.
Yeah.
We should just get married and skip all this premarital sex. And
there is a clip where I'm speaking to you online, and
Alex Jones responded to that, calling us disgusting. And
well,
I've said so many positive things about him over the years. So for him to say that is.
Well, look, here's the question. The question is, and this is the question I had: how do you define an adult? That's a simple question.
I mean, the definition is physical maturity.
Okay, yeah. So you can call it what you like. If you go into a psychological manual, right? Go into peer-reviewed psychological works. Go into peer-reviewed biological works. Go into whatever study you like. The answer's not going to be the age is 18. That's not a scientific answer to this question. That is an arbitrary legal answer to that question. Mm-hmm. How do you define an adult? Now, if you say in the United Kingdom the age of consent is 16 years old, I say fine. In Germany, for the longest of time, I think since last year, it was 14. Mm-hmm. So then I said to you, look, pedophilia, therefore, is relative. In Germany, it's 14. In England, it's 16. That's a factually correct statement, because what would be pedophilia in one country would not be considered pedophilia in another. That is a objectively, factually correct statement. Now, you can say, well, you're a pedophile. But I'll consider that to be a stupid retort. At that point, you've lost the argument. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't have anything to say. If you want to call me a pedophile, call me what you like. Every accusation is a confession. Because at the end of the day, people who usually say that are projecting their own insecurities onto me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an academic question. How do you define an adult? And I'm not even saying, it's puberty. By the way, that's not my position. My position is that you define an adult based on physical and psychological maturity, and that can be contextual based on society. But to say that it's 18 years old, or to say that it's 21 years old, or to say that it's 15 or 14, and to give you a hard, number, because the white man said so, or because this guy said so, or because this parliament decided so. Sorry, that's not a scientific answer to this very important question. Like, we asked the question, what is a woman? Okay, put emotions to the side. Put the question of what is a woman. Put that emotions to the side. What is a woman? You can say XX chromosomes. You can say vagina. You could say uterus. You could say this. You could say that hormones. You could say this. These are scientific measures of what a woman is. She's capable of reproduction. This is a scientific biological definition of. Put your emotions to the side. You can be a woke person and say, no, a woman is whatever you want it to be. It's whatever the society decides it to be. It's what these group of people decide. I say, sorry to say, my friend, that's not a biological or psychological or an academic answer. It's a very important question. So just like we asked the question, what is a woman? And we want a scientific or psychological or combination or academic response of some sorts. I say the question of what is an adult deserves the same kind of response and nuance. And from that perspective, I have nothing to retract. I think we have low IQ people. We've seen them on the streets of England. Maybe we can talk about this.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
And we are going to get into that. We've seen them. They don't know how to interpret, because if they did a reading comprehension test, they would fail. Okay, they're English speakers. English is their only language. Forget about their first language. Their only language.
Right.
They're not bilingual. They're not trilingual. They haven't studied any other language.
The same with Americans.
Yeah, a lot of them. It's your only language. Why would you let an ethnic like me, somebody who's come, and English really wasn't even the first language I learned. It was the second language I learned. I spoke Arabic before I spoke English in my life. Yeah, I'm probably more proficient in it now than I am in Arabic. But why would you let an ethnic like me, okay, someone who's not even white-skinned, genetically white, why couldn't you, why can't you, why are you not able to, as the low IQ person that you are, with bad reading comprehension, understand the very words I'm saying? I'm not saying we should have intercourse with children. I'm not saying. I mean, do you understand? Am I speaking a foreign tongue? Am I speaking a foreign tongue? Huh? Listen, white boy, am I speaking a word? Listen, this is your language. How dare you, white boy? How dare you let an ethnic like me overpower you in language?
Right.
How dare you let an ethnic like me overpower you in language? How dare you let an ethnic like me speak words in clear, pristine, academic English language? And you, the white boy, you, the chav, can't understand a thing I'm saying. You have to distort and fabricate, and you have to lie about what I am saying.
I mean, to prove that they don't understand basic English or Arabic, it's Allah, Allah. Who the f- is Allah?
Absolutely.
It's God, retard.
Allah.
It's God in Arabic. It's just like I'm seeing them chanted everywhere.
Well,
like
they can suck out. They can suck out. Yes, they can. Because they're on the streets. Listen, you've got nothing better to do. People are saying, how should the Muslim community react to all of this? I say, let these chavs get it out of their system. You stay at home, relax, enjoy yourself, go on holiday, this and that. Let these chavs... In fact, one principle is this. I'll tell you what. Don't interrupt an enemy when they're making a mistake. They're scoring an own goal, bro. These guys have been telling us all along that it's black people that are violent, that it's Muslims that are violent. Now they're going out and looting. They're stealing stuff from the shop. They're stealing alcohol from the shop. They're stealing Crocs from the shop. Bro, I saw one picture, one of them was stealing Crocs from the shop.
Bro, there's even more than this, bro. How do you have a guy? Crocs, yeah? Shoes on. Bro, how do you have a guy, Tommy Robinson?
The chav is stealing a Croc from the
That's
shop.
not his name, by the way. Stephen Laxley Lennon.
Stephen Lennon.
Lennonberg.
Come on, chav.
Bro, how do you guys have
Come on,
a
chav.
guy
Yeah.
sitting on a resort going like this?
Yeah.
Right?
Is he doing that?
In Cyprus,
He's having a cheeky pint.
orchestrating all of this, and you lot are doing his
He's
dirty work.
spreading all
You lot are doing his dirty
5'2"
work.
inch of his body on the beach chair, yeah?
And
He's not even occupying the entire beach chair when he's doing that, because he's like half of the beach chair that he's spreading.
He's trying.
And he's a
trying.
Zionist. He's a Zionist plant. Yeah. In fact, forget about that. He's openly Zionist. He's getting money from them. We know this.
But do they know that
business.
do they know that Israel is in the Middle East?
Whatever, man. I mean, look at it. For those minority of chavs that are on the streets, and please continue. This is what I say to the English. Listen, you have immigration concern. You have this concern. Keep looting. Do your thing, please. Continue. We don't care. We don't care. You have to understand. You are embarrassing yourself. You're creating a case study. You're humiliating yourself. I would say to the Muslims, just lay back. Let them do this thing. Obviously, if they come near you, that's a different story. We're not talking about that. If they come near the masjid, or they come near you, if they come near our women.
Halas.
I mean, that's a different story, brother. I mean, the Muslims know what to do in that situation. But I'm just saying, if they're on the streets, and let them break the shops. Let them break
No,
them.
but bro, they have audacity. Like this guy, this weasel, he has audacity to speak. Like this Tommy Robinson guy, bro.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has audacity to speak
Yeah.
and say cavemen. Bro, you guys are the people behaving like cavemen.
Yeah, you know what?
Bro, they're looting shoe
Yeah.
zone. They're looting
caveman.
shoe zone.
It's BLM 2.0.
You know, like it's
Caveman.
ridiculous,
All
bro.
right, cool. We're cavemen. What? So what?
No, bro,
Let's say we're cavemen.
Well, actually not.
No, let's
Like,
say I'm a caveman. I'm a caveman. I'm a caveman.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
No, so let's say I'm a caveman. No, for the sake of argument. Okay. I'm a caveman.
With a red
caveman.
hat.
No problem. Okay.
Caveman.
All right. Is that your strongest argument? Have you delivered your decisive blow?
It's ridiculous, bro.
Look, man, these guys. I'm sorry to say, we challenged them to physical fight. They said no. We challenged them to intellectual argument. They said no. I challenged the right wing to produce one heavyweight. Any heavyweight in the world will have it one-on-one. And they said no. Dili Hussein, he said no. Hamza also said no. You guys don't want to fight. You guys don't want to debate. You guys want to break shops and steal Crocs. No problem.
Attack mosques.
Do you wanna,
Innocent women.
You want
walking down the
listen?
road.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I've got a solution to the situation. I think we should just get some Crocs and give it to them, bro.
I think that's bro.
No, honestly, bro.
Let's just give them what they want, bro.
Let's get some Crocs and give them
want,
Crocs, bro.
Let's give them what they
What
want.
do they want? Crocs.
Yeah, give them what
Fine.
they want, bro.
Okay,
Shoes
if
on,
that's
shoes
what
on.
you want, if you want Crocs, we'll get you Crocs, brother. We'll get you Crocs.
And a sausage roll from Greg's.
Bro, these guys, man. We'll give you Crocs. You can deliver it to your master, Tommy Robinson. We'll get you the size 4 Crocs that you can put on his dwarf foot. Yeah, yeah, little midget. You can put in his little foot like that. Yeah, yeah. That's what you can do. If that's what you want so badly.
The ironic thing is that they keep saying that they're Britain first, they're nationalistic,
Yeah.
but then they're championing this dude who's so clearly funded by Israel. I mean, it's not even a conspiracy.
Bro, they have the Israeli flag
He's wrapped around like
at their rallies.
at the rallies,
And these
they're
guys are-
saying Britain first, waving a flag of a different nation.
Doesn't make any sense.
No. And then once again, I was telling you earlier, he keeps saying that like SNEAKO is being funded by Saudis, he's being funded by Iran to spread Islam in the West. Where first it was Saudi, and now it's Iran. Just because Iran is the enemy now I'm being funded by
And
Iran.
there's tension between the two countries as well. I mean, there's tension between Iran
With Saudi and
Arabia.
Iran. So
Look, okay, whatever. You know, someone says he's not interested in any physical confrontation or intellectual or this and that. Yeah.
can we call him by his real name? What is his real name? Stop the Tommy.
Stephen Lennon.
Okay.
I thought it was Laxley, no?
Stephen Laxley.
Yeah, actually,
Whatever,
yeah.
man. Whatever, man. You know,
Yeah.
pathetic. I mean, I'm not impressed. Like GSP said when. I'm not impressed by your performance. I mean, honestly, sorry to say, Annie, all these things on the streets and all this, I'm not impressed. You didn't even get that many numbers, brother. Let's be honest. If this was a popular sentiment like Elon Musk and these guys are saying, how comes that there's more people that came on the street for pro-Palestine protest and anti-racist thing in Walthamstow than did for this? Don't make this out like what we're talking about. In each of these protests, how many came out? Maximum 2,000, 3,000?
And bro, look at-
5,000?
Bro, look at what's
Okay, 10,000? Come on.
Bro, since they came out, 400.
Compare that to the pro-Palestine things.
400 people
Yeah.
have been arrested. 400 of them have been arrested. Okay.
They probably have a better life in prison than they do in the house.
Around 100, one of the police officials was saying in the UK, around 100 police officers
Yeah.
have been injured by these individuals.
Yeah.
And you have the audacity to call us cavemen? We'll have 500,000 people come out for the Palestinian cause, and you won't have any of that. So where's the real problem? Who's actually causing a problem?
5 million people,
Bro,
5 million
Bro, who's actually causing a problem in society? Who are actually upstanding,
forget them, man.
citizens of Britain, and who are actual
It's
cavemen?
painstakingly clear. Everyone can see it now, bro. I think they should continue
Just
the
let them do-
riots.
let them do what they
I
do.
think they should continue the riots, and that's my perspective of it. And I think Muslims should stay out of it completely. Let them continue the riots.
Even the way this whole thing started.
Continue the riots. Make a mockery out of yourself. Humiliate yourself. Diminish yourself. Deprecate yourself. Abase yourself. Okay, let us see how much of a criminal mind you are. Let us see how. Please, go into JD Sports. Steal the Crocs. Do your thing. No problem. We don't give a damn about all that. We don't give a damn, bro. You think that's going to change government policy? What do you want? What are you even asking for? What do you even need? What do you even want? What do you want?
Are they trying to pin this on you at all?
No, not at all, actually.
Not at all.
I've been in a different country, bro. I haven't said anything about this thing. What can they say to me?
So what has the narrative been? Well, what's actually happening? Like, how does the media make it seem worse than it really is? How bad is the UK right now?
I haven't seen anything in London and that. I mean, I've seen on the news like everybody else, Southport, this other place in Manchester.
Yeah.
I know I've seen recently Hounslow, but remember I've been abroad, so. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, we've seen like these guys throw the rocks and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty bad, but no one can say that Islamophobia doesn't exist because this right wing.
You've seen it.
Come on, bro.
That's what it's all about. It's not really about Britain first.
Forget. Don't even call it Islamophobia. Just call it intolerance of
But bro,
Islamic
I
Muslims.
think we should
call it what you want to call it.
I think, bro, we have to speak about how this thing even started.
Yeah.
It started in Southport. Bro, of course,
Yeah.
like such a disgusting, barbaric act. 3, innocent little babies, little girls
Yeah.
being killed like that.
Bro, this is
But what
disgusting,
happened? People started spreading these rumors. The far right
Yeah.
started spreading these rumors.
Yeah.
This was done by
Yeah.
an immigrant,
Yeah.
an illegal immigrant,
Yeah.
and somehow he ended up being a Muslim,
Yeah.
and all of this. It comes
Yeah.
out. Actually, he's from a Christian background.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a British citizen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and he's not an immigrant.
He's not even an immigrant.
And what happens is now they use it's all about political agenda. They use
political
this, they
agenda.
go,
Yeah,
they start
they used
attacking
it.
a mosque. Where's the correlation?
Where's the correlation,
Where's the
man?
correlation between a mosque
Uh-huh.
and this random Christian guy
no
who went and
correlation.
killed 3 people?
The correlation.
Where's the correlation between one of the things that they're saying right now, SNEAKO,
What
bro?
are they
They're
saying?
saying
What are
this
they saying?
on Twitter. One of the things that they're saying on X
Yeah, what
is
are they
that this is about illegal immigration happening in the UK.
Is that what they're
Illegal
saying?
immigration.
Yeah.
We are against illegal immigration. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So are we?
Why are you retards then going and attacking innocent women and children? Going and attacking innocent women walking down the street. Innocent men going and punching up. They see a random black guy, go and beat him up. How do you know what this guy's status is? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it started from misinformation. It started from ignorance.
Where do you think it started from? Because I saw you were, I would say advising our brother Andrew Tate because he was incorrect about I think he has good intentions and this stuff and he's speaking up for masculinity, but he was incorrect about the Cardiff stabbing. And the man was born in Cardiff and he was saying that he was coming over on a boat.
I've been speaking to Andrew, privately and stuff, and my take on him is, honestly, I think people from the Muslim community have been a bit too harsh on him, in my opinion.
Because he has so much influence.
Now, the thing is, yes, he does deserve reprimand. Yes, he does deserve accountability because, like, the stances he's taken vis-a-vis Tommy Robinson have been really off the mark, have been off key, actually. But I think people need to remember, okay, he's been Muslim for 2 years, but I know this because I speak to him firsthand, he's not been exposed to a community. In the sense that, like, for example, if you have a convert or revert that converts in, London or something, or some...
They're around brothers all the time.
They're around brothers all the time. This guy's in a house, not allowed to leave one of the least Muslim countries in the world, Romania. And he doesn't have a Muslim community there to kind of help him with it. So he's relying on tweets and stuff like to just understand Islam. And so this kind of guy, he does have what they would call in fiqh, or usul fiqh, or whatever you want, al-'udhr bil-jahl. He has the excuse of ignorance. And it's a genuine and serious excuse. So he'll say things and do things he has no idea, blasphemous or anti-Islam. That's one thing. Another thing is that some people are even attacking him on the minutiae issues, things like music and this and that and the other. And this is not the things to be speaking to Andrew Tate about. So I think that, yes, Andrew Tate's stance, he's still new. You cannot, look, I mean, I've been speaking to him. I think people are going to push him away from the complete religion if they continue like this.
It's too much.
For him, it is too much. And because I think what it is when you're a man like that, bro, the strong man image that you portray, he's still a man. He will still get hurt by people. He will still feel rejected by people, and that can lead him to leave the religion of Islam. And the question is, let's say that happens. Let's say he really leaves the religion as he denounces Islam. The question is, let's be honest, and let me ask everyone here, what would that do for the Muslims? What would it do for those who converted because he converted? Maybe some people will not become Muslim. So I don't agree with being too harsh on him. However, having said all of that, his stances on Tommy Robinson, I think, had been abhorrent, bro. And it's not just abhorrent. It's, to be honest with you, bro, like, it's so unjustifiable. I think where it's coming from is that he's got this kind of loyalty code where, because he knew him from Luton, they both kind of grew up and lived in Luton, that he doesn't want to throw him under the bus. But when you become a Muslim, what you do is you embrace the whole religion. Come into religion and what Andrew needs to understand is that I'm not making the rules, SNEAKO's not making the rules, Musa Adnan's not making the rules, no one's making the rules here, Allah's making the rules. So there are certain things, and I'm trying to explain this to him in the tweet, that you're allowed to do as a Muslim, and certain things you're not allowed to do as a Muslim. The things that you can do as a Muslim, is you can have opinions which are very unpopular. Even, for example, his anti-immigration opinions are unpopular with Muslims, but they're not exactly blasphemous. So he can have those. However, what you can't do is acquiesce or appease or allow or placate an enemy of Islam. What is labeled, or what fuqaha, the scholars of Islam, refer to as a harbi. Harbi, somebody who is basically an open enemy of Islam. Someone in another time, another place, would have been dealt with in a different way. This person is not allowed to be dealt with in a good way. And the evidence of that in the Quran is, Allah says in the Quran, chapter 58, verse 24, لا تجد قوما يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر يوادون من حاد الله ورسوله ولو كانوا آباءهم أو أبناءهم أو إخوانهم أو عشيرتهم. That you will not find the people, this Allah mentions in the Quran, you will not find the people who truly believe in Allah and the last day, loving يوادون من حاد الله, who the people who oppose Allah and the Messenger, even if they were your fathers or your sons or your brothers or ashiratum or the extended family. Allah says that in the Quran. Since Allah mentions that, it means that befriending a person like Tommy Robinson, it is haram. It's actually not allowed in Islam. Even it is a sign of nifaq, actually. It's a sign of hypocrisy, to be honest with you. So loyalty doesn't. I know that
doesn't apply anymore.
When we grow up, it's true that people that we grow up with in our cities and stuff. I understand where he's coming from, and I actually respect it in a way because it shows he's got a good trait. He's loyal to his boys. But what Andrew needs to understand is what I need to understand. Everyone else needs to understand is that we're not allowed to actually befriend people like that. We're not allowed. It's the Quran is saying that, not me.
You know what I think? One of the things as well, with a lot of reverts as well, just even generally on a general level, what people need to understand is when you become a Muslim, your guideline for things needs to become Islam.
It's different. Right?
It needs to become Islam.
You're supposed to defend Islam as if it's greater than your mother, correct?
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's how
you're supposed to defend it as if it's you're supposed to love the Prophet ﷺ more than your parents.
Yeah.
So if people disrespect that, and if they show and prove that they're enemies of that, you can't.
Like, bro, this guy Tommy Robinson. I'll give you an example. He has said disgusting, vile things about the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. No Muslim, bro. No Muslim. Imagine, bro, someone saying that about your mom. Imagine someone is saying the worst thing. Your mom's a prostitute. Your mom's a whore. Your mom is this. Your mom is that. And then you go and you sit next to him and you hug him and you say, "You're my brother."
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he didn't sit next to him and hug him. But nevertheless,
I'm not necessarily. I'm saying generally. I'm saying so. You can't do that as a Muslim. Like you can't be
have
that.
You have to be.
Friendship.
You got to be harsh. You got to be harsh. Akhi, in the Quran, I told you one ayah. The other ayah is even. What do you call it in Surah Al-Fath? Is mentioned. What do you call it? أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم تراهم ركعا سجدا. You have to be ashidda with these people. Ashidda with the kuffar, with the disbelievers. Ashidda, you got to be rough, really. You got to be mighty with them. This is a harbi, bro. Imagine Bab Awla. This guy, you're not allowed to be nice to him. You're not allowed in Islam to be nice to someone who curses the Prophet Muhammad. Not allowed.
More than
allowed. It shows weakness in character, bro. But maybe he doesn't know that. I'm not trying to say. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just trying to say that's what Islam says. However, he might not know that. I spoke to him recently. I'm telling you, Akhis, you need to give him more space. 2 years he's been Muslim. 2 years he's been Muslim. 2 years he's been Muslim in a house by himself.
A lot of time in jail.
In jail. Yani no community, Akhi. I'm telling you this because I have first-hand information about the brother. Yeah? And every time I tell him, brother, you said this wrong, you said this wrong, you said this wrong. He's like, he listens.
That's a good
sign. I actually believe, even despite the fact all that happened, I'm not going to lie to you, I think he's authentic character.
I agree.
Wallahi, that's my belief. I think he's authentic, his Islam is authentic, he's authentic, he says what he believes, and all that. And the Muslims have to stop being too much, because if you be too much, then it's going to have ramifications which will affect everybody. So there's a middle ground here. Yes, he needs to be held accountable, because his whole mantra, Andrew Tate's whole mantra, was holding feminists accountable. That's one of his main mantras that he had. So it can't be that you live that life and hold feminists accountable and hold the woke accountable and hold these people accountable, but you cannot hold yourself accountable. That's not right. But at the same time, the community cannot bring out the sledgehammer for a person who's been locked up in a house with zero community, zero Muslim around him. He's living with his brother who's not Muslim even.
He's Christian. All his friends are Christian.
Come on, man. And he's not even doing lessons or anything like that. He's not, do you know what I mean? Like, he might be reading translation of Quran. He's looking at Twitter. That's not the way to, you got to give him a bit of time. And look at the seerah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, you'd be surprised at some of the mistakes, blasphemous statements early Muslims made. You know, Sabatna, some of them said we've become Sabians, and they didn't understand. They were making blasphemous statements. These are companions making these statements, which means there's an excuse, because they haven't had the same privileges as you have had. So don't use Twitter as a medium to push people away from Islam.
Maybe we should explain a bit more about this concept, because maybe some people need to know. You know, when a person first becomes a Muslim, You know, when a person's a revert, a new Muslim, they can't possibly learn everything straight away.
I saw, yeah.
You know, do you know what I mean? Like they can't possibly, it's not physically possible. You know, they have to focus on the priorities, start praying, learning how to pray, etc. So udhr bil jahl is the excuse of ignorance. Okay, that you will be excused certain things you don't know, because sometimes you may even make a statement of kufr. You may say something of kufr, which is actually, if someone said it knowingly and knowing what it consists of and knowing about it and intentionally, it would take them outside the fold of Islam.
Yeah,
but some people, for example, like a revert, he doesn't know, he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He hasn't learnt about this yet.
Yes.
And then he says it.
He says it.
You can't just say ya kafir.
You can't just say
kafir, khalas.
Yeah.
You can't say that. You have to give him you have to understand, teach him, especially if he's receptive.
At what point is it okay or permissible to takfir somebody?
Yeah, so you have to go through the point of like these stages. Is the person, has he got an excuse? Has he got, and this whole thing about excuses, there's too many excuses. So we shouldn't be doing that unless it's very, 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 very clear. And so that's one thing. This takfir of Tate and stuff, bro, that's wrong, bro. People should not be doing that stuff with him. What do you achieve from that? What do you do? Oh, they bring this thing about like he said he worshipped Jesus or something, right?
He said praise the Lord Jesus, but he wasn't saying he was going to pray.
Yeah, I looked at the clip and he spoke to Tate, and no, the whole thing is misunderstood.
He's joking.
Yeah, and someone will say, but in the Quran it says, you know, إِنَّا كُنَّا نَخُوضُ وَنَلْعَبُ لَا تَعْتَذِرُوا قَدْ كَفَرْتُمْ بَعْدَ إِيمَانِكُمْ, and all this. It's not like this. It's not as simple as you want it to be. It's if you make a joke, even if you make a joke and this and that, blah blah blah. This is not the context, because these guys were making a joke out, and they were hypocrites. Actually, they actually hated the Prophet. And there's a specific context. So the point is, in sort of the Tawbah, there's a chapter in you know, but I'm not going to go into details. The point is he doesn't. The context is king here, and I've spoken to him in person. And I don't think that there's any takfir that should be made of him. Okay. The Muslim community should be laid back with this guy. Should lay off him. Actually, yes, they can account him for number one. I'll tell you what to account him for. Number one, his acquiescence in placating Tommy, the bastard, Robinson. Yeah,
Stephen Yaxley Lennon.
Stephen Yaxley
Lennonberg Stein.
Yeah, the bastard, the delinquent, the junkie Robinson. Yeah, no, the junkie.
Criminal.
Number two, they should, to be fair, like this whole thing about he jumped on the anti-immigration thing and he said that the person was an immigrant. He to be fair, he kind of retracted it. Yes, it wasn't good enough when he was on Piers Morgan's show.
Did he delete the photo? He posted a photo.
He deleted some of the tweets.
He did. If you listen to what he said with Piers Morgan, he did say I was wrong about that. He did say that. He should have said it in a better. If I was him, if I was Andrew Tate, I would have said, "Listen, I do apologize." And he would have made it a bit more. However, he did say it though. He did say I was wrong about that. Yani. Number three, his acquiescence to the right wing, we've already discussed it at length. Number four, a lot of the blasphemous statements which we've already discussed, okay, which has context. That's it. Leave him now. Leave him alone. Leave him for now.
Who do you think is doing too much? Because I've seen, I got to give him credit, he's been pretty responsive to a lot of the brothers we know, like Daniel Hakikachu, Shamsi. He's been responding to the tweets and listening. Where do you think it goes too far? Like when does it cross the line from advising your brother to takfiring him unnecessarily?
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Exactly that. When they do that, bro. Like, who are you to takfir somebody when there's a shubha, huge shubha? Okay, there's not ijma' on the matter. I would say, you can takfir him if you like. You can takfir, people takfir me, by the way. People takfir Musa Adnan.
They takfir me.
You can if you like, but who cares about what you have to say? Like, for example, once I had made takfir of this guy, Hamza Yusuf, you know, the Prime Minister of Scotland, because he said homosexuality was fine. Read it, or something, yani, I'm paraphrasing. But the point,
he said it's not a sin or something.
It's not a sin. Yani, I don't want to make the wrong statement, but you can go back to the video. Yeah. Someone could say, well, you done that, so why can't people do that on him? I say, yes, I done that, and who cares what I say? Who am I? I might be wrong about that. No one's saying, you have to listen to me. No one's saying you have to listen to me. You know what I'm trying to say? I could be wrong as well.
You know, bro, there's something we need to... You know, takfir is a type of fatwa.
Yeah.
It's passing an Islamic ruling.
Yeah.
It's passing an Islamic judgment.
Yeah.
And as we all know, to pass an Islamic ruling like that, and as big as that, you're essentially saying this guy, he's not a Muslim. This guy, if he dies like this, he is not going to be in paradise. So it's a very, very big thing to say about someone, especially, bro. The main thing with Tate, the main thing with him is that, bro, he's still a new Muslim. You can't treat him like a guy who's been a Muslim for 2 years outside, living in London around good brothers.
Yeah.
Because that's not his. That's simply
Exactly.
whether you like it or not.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
not
So
his
it's the reality. Yeah.
That's not his reality.
Not reality,
so
bro.
you know.
So that's what it is. I think Andrew also like Allah bless him. And
Especially,
guide
bro,
him.
if you're saying that when you speak to him, he takes on feedback. He takes it.
He
on.
does, akhi.
That's a good thing, bro.
I think I think we need to be middle ground. This, bro, I have to be honest. Sometimes the Muslim community is a bit too judgmental.
Myron was saying that yesterday
Be
for
honest.
Fresh and Fit, the haram police on the internet.
No, it's too much sometimes. I will tell you, it's too much.
surprised
Wallahi,
you're saying
you guys are too much sometimes. I'm telling you, wallahi.
They do that,
Nahi an munkar, nahi an munkar. Brother, don't. We were talking about this.
including me sometimes. But now I've realized I'm now understanding what is Islam. When I pray Salah, that time your eyes goes to someone who is doing wrong thing in Salah, and that happens. Many days ago I was like that. I was judgmental. Right now I'm fixing that problem, but this is too hard to fix. This is too hard to fix that judgmental mindset. I'm now fixing with the good things, like when I see someone who's doing wrong thing, and I immediately pray for him. I know he's doing wrong. May Allah guide him, and I think he's trying his best, and maybe he doesn't know many thing about that, or she doesn't know about many thing about Islam. But may Allah guide them. Just I say that things because it's not a nature of Muslim. So you have to fix that problem, because Muslims are very, very judgmental, and they do that.
This Risala, remember? The Risala of Al-Hasanati wa Sayyi'at of Ibn Taymiyyah that he wrote.
That's right.
Al-Risala of Al-Hasanati wa Sayyi'at.
Amazing.
And you made an excellent point when we were speaking about that. Can you elaborate on the point that you made about new reverts and stuff like that? Go ahead.
Yeah, subhanAllah, one of the things Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, one of the great scholars of Islam, he's such a great scholar, he's referred to as the Shaykh of Islam.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how Abu Taymiyyah got his name.
Abu
Kind
Taymiyyah,
of,
yeah,
kind of.
so Abu Taymiyyah would have named
So
his daughter
this man,
after him.
he died 1328
That's right.
AH, which is 728, 728 AH is 1328 like Gregorian
AD,
calendar,
yeah.
so it's 14th century scholar. Mamluk, 14th century scholar, like 700-year-old thing, and 700 years ago.
That's right.
And he wrote this very interesting primer, which Musa is going to tell you now
Yeah.
something about. Go on, tell
So
me.
with it, he wrote this work where he discusses the whole concept of masalih and mafasid in Islam.
Translate that.
Of course,
Yeah.
right? Weighing up pros and cons, essentially, in a way.
Yeah.
You're weighing up the benefits and the harms. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things, I mean, it's a whole detailed thing. People can research it in their own time.
Yeah.
But one of the things that he discusses within that is
Yeah.
the concept of
Yeah.
reverts, or someone. He gives the example of someone coming to Islam new.
Yeah.
And he actually mentions something.
Yeah.
That let's say now someone became a Muslim with me right now.
Let's say, yeah.
For example,
For example.
and I'm extracting this from his work,
Yeah, you can
right?
track, yeah.
And he says to me, brother Musa, I've got this issue with I drink sometimes,
You
or
drink sometimes,
I have this girlfriend and
Got a
stuff.
girlfriend.
And I know, bro, if I tell him right now, brother, you gotta leave that girlfriend right now. That's gonna be, bro. He's been with his girlfriend for 10 years. For example,
Yeah, for example.
that's gonna be a heavy thing
Yeah.
for
It's
this
too
guy to
hard
take
to
on. It's gonna be
avoid.
so
It
difficult.
might break him.
And he might
Might
be
leave
like,
the
you know
religion.
what? This ain't for me.
Yeah,
Islam isn't for me,
it's not for
right?
me.
So you know what Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, one of the things that we extract from this work is
What?
You know what, brother? Don't
even-
make him accountable. Don't even tell him.
Don't even tell
Leave
him.
him in his ignorance for now.
Leave him.
Leave him. Tell him, brother. Listen, brother.
Bro, these guys talk about
You need
music,
to-
man.
you need to learn
these
how to
guys,
pray.
No,
Yeah,
bro,
well, you guys are
these
talking
guys talk about music, bruv. Why are you going to Andrew Tate,
Bro.
the guy who we don't even know if he's praying 5 times a day yet, brother?
That's what he needs to do. That's what he
You
needs
have
to
the
do, bro.
audacity to go to a person like that with influence like that who came Muslim like that, and you want to tell him about music?
Do you know what it is,
Talk about
bro?
music?
Do you know what it is? Like someone's been shot in their chest.
Bro, that's why many Muslims are going to Jahannam.
Like 5 times, okay? And you're like, oh, bro, you know you've got
Music, yeah.
You know how I agree with you. I agree with you.
Music, yeah.
No, but bro, this isn't something from.
Actually, music. What are you talking about? Music. Shut your mouth. Music. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, man.
They tell me about my knees when I wear shorts in the gym.
Shut up, man. Okay. Sorry. There's a difference of opinion on the knee and music.
Yeah. I can show my knees?
No, I don't care, man. What? Ibn Hazm al-Andalusi wasn't a scholar. What al-Ghazali wasn't a scholar. What al-Shawkani wasn't a scholar. What al-San'ani wasn't a scholar. What al-Rafi'i wasn't a scholar. What Ibn Majashun wasn't a scholar. All of them allowed music, bruv. Okay, I'm not saying, therefore music is allowed. I'm not saying therefore music is allowed.
And you're not taking you take that position, yeah?
I'm not even saying I take the position. I'm saying, brother, this is a new revert who's got massive influence.
Bro,
you're coming on his Twitter and telling him about music,
bro,
and you had Ibn Hazm al-Andalusi, who's producing compendious works, and he's listening to music, and you have Ibn Majashun, you have Ibn Majashun, who's a Salaf, and he had a slave girl there doing the cello in front of him, and you're talking to Andrew Tate about music?
Shocking. Let me tell you something, bro. That's the thing, bro. Listen, there's something known as awlawiyat. When a reader comes to Islam, you know what I want to tell him?
What?
Brother, start praying. The first thing you need to do,
Brother,
learn how to pray, brother. Learn how to pray.
Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu sent. Who did he send them? Tell us the story, brother, because I know you know.
Which story, brother? You didn't tell me anything.
Tell the story that I thought.
No, about when the Prophet ﷺ sent whom to do da'wah where, and then what did he tell him to do first
so
and
for
then
example,
second?
when the Prophet ﷺ, he sent one of the companions, Mu'adh bin Jabal, to Yemen. What did the Prophet ﷺ gave him a specific order? Tell them to do this. Tell them to believe in Allah. Then tell them to believe in for example, an order. There was a tartib, an order.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
The Prophet ﷺ didn't tell Mu'adh bin Jabal, by the way,
Yeah.
when you go to Yemen,
Yeah.
tell them about
Yeah.
this random,
He didn't say it.
like rulings.
He didn't
they
say
are
it.
important, bro. They're important,
Yeah.
bro.
He didn't say it.
Bro, they're important. They're important. These look. We're not saying music. We're not saying.
We're not saying.
But we're saying, bro, there's priorities for Riva.
There's a priorities.
Bro, this guy's got a hole in his chest. You're talking about his toenail.
Exactly, bruv.
He's got a hole in his chest.
These guys are causing apostasy, man. Go home, man. Why are you on Twitter anyway? Why are you on Twitter, bruv?
They're following you.
Stop. Get off Twitter. You've got 10 hours screen time. You're a porno addict. You're a music addict. You're a movie addict. You're a series addict. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth,
Go
bro.
on Twitter and do Naya and Munka, pretend you're this sanctimonious guy, and you're going for the Riva, you're going for the fresh meat, you're going for the easy meat, you're going for the guy who hasn't had a day of lesson. You had parents that were Muslim. You had mother and dad that were telling you when you were 6 years old how to recite Surah Al-Fatiha. This man just came into Islam and you're telling him about music?
I'm totally agree with MOHAMMED HIJAB. He was saying, bro, it's totally truth. Muslims do that. A lot of Muslims do that. It's a very big issue for Muslim. This is a very big issue, bro. You can't force to anyone to do that. First, you have to fix yourself, then give the best advice to them that they can easily avoid for Islam, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for sake of Allah.
Bro, you know, it's so, bro, once, I was talking to the sister. She was like, oh, I was giving da'wah.
Haram police, you're haram, bruv. Haram police, you're haram. You're haram, wallahi. The haram police, they're haram. You're haram. You're the fake police. You're the fraud police. You are the fraud police. Because what you're doing is causing apostasy. What you're doing is causing problematic.
Let's bring, look,
you're haram.
There's a bit of balance, okay? In Islam, there's a concept of nahi anil munkar.
Yeah.
But bro, you need to know how to do it, man.
Yeah.
Bruv, they're destroying it.
You need to know how to do it,
We're
bro.
doing nahi on munkar on you. We're doing that's what I'm saying, akhi. We're doing nahi on munkar on the haram police today. The haram police, we're doing nahi on munkar on you. We are going too far. What you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is causing apostasy. What you're doing is spreading hate. What you're doing is pushing people away from Islam. You are haram. You're the worst haram. Yeah.
Shocking.
It's true though.
How's your day going, bro?
Good. We need haram police for the haram police is what I love.
It's haram.
Haram
Akhi,
police
they're
for haram
haram, bro. They're going telling people about shorts. Someone just came into Islam, you're telling them about shorts.
Right.
You're telling about a woman in the background of hair. You're telling about music.
No, bro, we have to.
Out! Out! Out!
But brother, your knees, your outer is showing.
Yeah, bro, knees even in the Hanbali madhab, bro. Ibn Uthaymeen believes the knees are not even awra. Ibn Uthaymeen, the knees is like hatta ila go into the harf ghaya and the surra ila rukba and this and that. Bro, there's some Malikis that believe the thighs are. I'm not even saying, akhi, when it comes to finding the easier opinion for a revert, isn't there usulis who have spoken about this in books of fiqh and usul? Bro, if someone just came into Islam, bruv.
Bro, Ibn Taymiyyah is essentially saying to you,
are you dumb?
Ibn
Are you dumb?
Bro.
Are you dumb?
Bro.
Are you dumb?
Bro. Bro, Ibn Taymiyyah is essentially saying to you, brother, don't tell him about this.
Yeah.
Don't even tell him about this.
Don't even tell him, akhi.
You're gonna push him away.
Don't tell him.
Don't even speak to him about the things he needs.
Don't tell him! Don't tell him, akhi.
So how does
Bro,
Islam
it's so
exist in
funny.
Western society? I think that's where this conversation is
That's
going to
so
go to after
funny.
the UK riots. We're in Bosnia, which is like a pretty
But not funny. This is a serious issue, bro. With the fun way.
Western Islamic place.
Yeah.
How do the two coexist?
Whoa, I tell you what, I mean, do you want to start us off with that?
How did Islam, sorry?
Say again.
How does Islam exist in Western society? Is Bosnia a good example?
Bro, of course. Now look at where we are right now. I wanted to mention earlier on the stream, right?
please do.
That bro, we're essentially in a Muslim majority country.
Yeah.
With Islamic history all around us. If we were to open this curtain
It's a
right here in
European
front of
one.
us,
Oh, it's
yeah,
beautiful.
we'll see mosques, we'll see minarets, etc.
Allahu Akbar.
We're in Europe, bro.
We're in
Europe.
We're in Europe, bro.
Right, so it shows you, bro, that these are essentially white people. Like
Yeah.
we're going around.
No, these are white people,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're white people, bro.
Yeah.
White
And they're
power.
Muslims, bro. They're Muslims.
Muslim whites.
The woman is covered. She's wearing niqab. I saw people today, bro. She's wearing niqab. The man is a white man. He's
girl.
got a blonde beard, bro.
Good man.
Good girl.
No, he's a good
No,
guy.
but bro, honestly.
Yeah.
So that actually shows you, bro, that Islam is not just like, bro.
Yeah.
It's compatible with the West.
Bro, Islam's not just like for Arabs.
It's not for Arabs.
Islam's not just for like you know
Pakistani.
for Somalis, bro.
It's not for
Like,
Somalis.
do you know what I mean? Islam is
For all of us.
for all of us, bro. For all of us.
Somalis only.
You know what I mean? So that's the point. That shows us the compatibility. And you know what? One of the reasons why, I mean, going back to these far right guys, one of the reasons why some of them are burning so much.
Tell me that.
They see it, bro.
Yeah.
They see it. You think
Aha.
Timmy Robinson
Aha.
doesn't see it?
Aha.
Bro, do you think, bro,
Aha.
that guy's got some trauma, bro.
He's got trauma.
He's got some personal
Yeah,
story, bro.
Someone slapped
maybe,
him.
maybe.
Oh, actually, we know that.
Oh, that we've seen.
We've seen that.
We've seen that.
slap.
We've seen those videos. Let's leave those videos.
Maybe
aside,
someone
okay?
spanked him as well.
No, but
Maybe
no, but bro, honestly, that guy, bro,
Maybe it was
maybe
something.
you got a family member, maybe he's burning hands, bro. Maybe he's got a family member who's become a Muslim or something. Bro, honestly, the white people, they are coming to Islam in their numbers. They are embracing Islam. Alhamdulillah, they are finding the truth, bro.
Yeah,
there was a video going around on X of a white sister. She's crying. She's just embraced Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
These people are mocking her. I said, brother,
Yeah.
she's crying because she's found home, bro.
She's found home,
She's
bro.
found home, bro.
Yeah.
So they're finding home, bro.
But
Whether you
compare-
like it or not.
Whether you like,
Whether
or
you
not,
like it or
compare
not,
the
bro.
life of a Muslim sister who's
you like
living,
it or not.
alhamdulillah, like, you know, wearing good
In an
clothes.
honourable manner.
Honourable manner, yeah, you know.
Honourable
She
manner.
got her kids, she's looking after her kids, she's loving her kids, the kids are
And
loving
bro,
her.
look at how
This and
beautiful
that.
Islam is, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if she's gone through a past, bro.
She's gone through a
Even
past.
if she's gone
Yeah.
through bad things, bro.
Bad things,
Even
yeah.
bro, she's gone through bad things.
Bad things.
Islam gives her that, bro. We have this concept in Islam. التائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له.
Yeah.
The one who repents from a sin, he's like the one who didn't do
the
it
sin.
again.
He didn't even do it.
Al-Islam يجب ما قبله.
Allah Akbar.
Islam, bro. When you embrace Islam,
Yeah, tell him.
it smashed, it erased, it destroyed everything before, bro. Everything
that's
before.
done, bro.
It's as if it doesn't exist.
Akhi, do you know what? Yeah, let me just
It's as if it doesn't exist, bro.
Let's
do it.
Okay, well, it's Surah Al-Furqan,
Bro, do you
bro.
understand?
You're half-
It's as if it doesn't exist, bro.
You know the ayah.
Exactly.
Does he understand?
I'll ask a question about this.
Yeah.
Okay, أولئك يبدل الله
سيئاتهم
حسنات.
حسنات.
Isn't there a discussion about this, that if you did sins as a disbeliever,
That is what it
no,
is.
but it transforms
Yes,
the sins
that's what-
actually
that
become
is what
good
it is.
deeds.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Akhi, imagine all the
The zina you committed, bro.
I have so many
Imagine-
good
No,
deeds.
you. But yeah,
And I have a lot of good deeds.
Imagine forget about whether it's Andrew Tate or this one, that one. Imagine just having sex with a woman, yeah, so to say. Zina. And 1 woman, 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, 5 women, 6 women, 7 women, 10. Don't even say. Sorry. Imagine that. Imagine that sin becomes good deeds, bro.
This guy's crazy, bro.
Now I had to do Umrah and this one and that one. Now he's having sex and getting good deeds. Because why? Because he converted to Islam. It shows you the importance of good deeds. Subhanallah.
No, but honestly, bro, that's the now, bro. You've got people changing their lives around, brother. Changing their lives around. ومن تاب whoever repents and believes وعمل عملا صالحا and then he does good deeds فأولئك يبدل الله سيئاتهم.
I think you bring up a good point. You see the white Muslim women in Bosnia, all covered up in the Kabbalists. Compare it to the white women who were going to Taylor Swift concerts with the giant water bottles.
What are we talking about?
Which one would the far right, what would they prefer?
Well,
the people that pretend to be Nazis and stuff, would they prefer the white woman covered up in the cob?
Exactly.
Or twerking at a Taylor Swift concert?
That's what they prefer, twerking at Taylor Swift concert.
No, they know deep in their hearts that a lot of it's jealousy.
Yeah, bro.
Seeing that these women are pious, that they're under a sort of rule that keeps them covered and keeps them respected.
Not only that, bro, they preserve themselves for their men. They preserve them, bro. Are you telling me they're not jealous of that? They preserve themselves for their men, bro. Our women are, bro. Our women are our women, bro. You don't see our women, bro. You don't see our women.
You don't see them.
Yeah, and you wish you could have that, but they know in this relation, in their situations, bro. They can't.
But you know,
have that.
I sometimes listen to the dating advice of some of these guys, and they say,
bro, it's nonsense.
I'm thinking that the standard that you guys have is so low.
Such a low standard.
If only you knew she cheated on you.
If only you knew.
I saw some guy I was flicking through some of this. I don't know who was saying is one of these kind of like red pill guys, and he was like, "Oh, if the woman cheats on you, then don't go back to her." It's like, is that where your standard is?
What the?
The question we had is that what we do with the woman that cheats is a different question. It's a different question. No.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Forget about all that. I'm just saying, what cheating? Cheating? Is that your
Are you crazy,
your
bro?
standard, your bar? Akhi, sorry to say, a woman says something wrong to me. Woman raise her voice, bro. What are you talking about? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? You're talking about cheating. You're
mad.
Getting disrespected to the champ, to the Musa Adnan, to this one, to that one. No way, bro. Woman, what are you talking about cheating? Woman having sex with another man?
Put some respect on my name.
Akhi, that is. Do you know what that is, Akhi? I'm not even gonna talk about riots. Akhi, I'm not even gonna talk about what this right wing and stealing Crocs. You don't know how to be a man. I understand that. I understand that your bar is so low. Your woman's having a drink and she's having sex with another man. You're scared that.
No wonder you're upset.
Another man.
No wonder you're upset.
You're all of this is your standard. This is your standard.
You need Crocs.
Akhi, you're not a man. You're not a man.
Shocking.
You're not a man. How can you talk to us? How can you tell us how to be with our women?
Disgusting.
How can you talk to us, Akhi?
Terrible.
Bro, man, if a woman disrespects us, I have a nightmare for 2 days. Disrespect me.
But
I can't sleep.
On a
If a woman
serious,
if my wife disrespects me, I can't even go to sleep, bruv. And you're talking to me about your woman cheating and you're going back to her? What kind of man are you?
bro, you know this hotel.
What kind of man are you?
We're gonna have the Bosnian police raiding this hotel in a minute.
We'll be okay.
What kind of man are you? Bro, come on,
No,
man.
but seriously, bro, it's not a joke, bro.
I don't understand.
What else has been going on since I last saw you? Last time I saw you was let's go some small talk. Last time I saw you was the end of Ramadan.
Yeah.
And since then it's been there's been so much happening. The Free Palestine movement has it dwindled? Are people still speaking about it? I mean, we're seeing more videos. We're seeing Israelis do.
Unfortunately, bro, it's gone down, isn't it?
What?
It's gone. It's
The movement, it's not the same. I think we're getting used to it. We're getting used to it. We've seen Israeli soldiers, IDF soldiers are raping Palestinians. We've seen that. And then there's not the same amount of energy that there was during Ramadan.
People are becoming desensitized. That's
Right, we're getting used to it. We're getting used to the genocide happening.
And that's what happens.
It's really sickening what I see, bro. And it's getting to a point where sometimes I watch it and I can't watch it anymore. And it's bad. And I have to force myself to watch it now. I have to put on Al Jazeera and listen to it.
You have to fight the desensitization.
Yeah, because it's only so much we can take. But then you imagine them going through it, bro. But look at that. In 10 months or 11 months, they couldn't fulfill their objectives, Akhi. They were talking about it as if they were going to finish it in two weeks. Israel. They were saying, "Oh, we're going to do this in 2 weeks." It's 10 months later. I think we're in the precipice of victory, bro. I'm not going to lie.
You think so?
Yes, I think so.
What do you think Iran's going to do?
I'll be honest. I think Iran's going to do exactly what it's doing at the moment, being very, very, very cautious. Yeah, it's not going to do as much. It's going to do only what is necessary for its own interest.
Are they being cautious by putting out a lot of threats and?
Yeah, I mean, they've always spoken a lot of a good game. You know, Iran has always spoken a good game. But they won't go further than the international system would let them, to be honest. They will do what they can justify, and they'll do what's in their strategic and best interest. That's what I think. And obviously, the bigger threat is actually Hezbollah, yeah, right now for Israel. And there's more of a chance that there's a further escalation between Israel and Hezbollah. Mm-hmm. That is a possibility, and that can really change the game. But the Houthis are on it as well, to be fair to you. That's where you'll find the fight happening, because these guys have got the most to gain at an immediate time for conflict with Israel. But I don't think Iran will do it.
How do you think... I haven't asked you about this before, but how can Sunnis and Shias coexist? Because I just came back from Lebanon, from Beirut, and it's there's a lot of Shia there. Yeah. And I really like them. They're good people. I like the Shia warning sheets. I don't know if you listen to it. Oh, blah, blah. Like that stuff gets you amped up in the car. They're good people. Yeah. And then they bombed Dahi. Israel bombed Dahi 5 days after I left, which is like a big Shia, I wouldn't say compound, but neighborhood. And it seems like, I don't know, I'm kind of like Andrew Tate, where I get a lot of Islamic information from Twitter. And so you see the back and forth, the Haram police, or Shia Kufar, this stuff. But they seem like good people, and they're following the Quran for the most part. So,
yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, there's a theological question. But there's more a political question. Political question, you know, it's always going to be where the interests lie. It's not, you know, Shias and Sunnis. Bro, Sunnis and Sunnis don't even coexist at the moment.
That's true.
Unfortunately, with nation states, they don't think about, it's not Shiism or Sunnism which determines policies at the moment. It is to do with geopolitics. It's to do with these big powers in the Middle East. All of them are vying for power in a certain area. It's nothing to do with religion, actually, at this point. It's very little to do with religion.
It's all political.
It's all political, bro. It's not, the Arab nations, for the most part, are secular regimes. I mean, you know, and that, you know, Tate would always use the example of the UAE as a Muslim country, but it's really, I mean, they're a Muslim country in terms of population, sure, but are they claiming to rule by Sharia in a full sense? Are any of these countries claiming to rule by Sharia in a full sense? They're not. So in a sense, you know, these countries are secular regimes. That's what they are, with a Muslim majority population. And so, if we're being honest, now we have a global hegemonic power, which is called the United States of America, which has leveraged many of these countries financially and so on. And they will act with what's in their best interest and what's in the interest of the hegemonic power. Unless there is a tilt of power, whereby China and, for example, Russia become so strong that there is a switching of allegiances, which is similar to what happened in World War II, the Cold War. But usually it was the other way around. So they would move from the Soviet Union to America. But the opposite can happen now. It could. So I think that the situation is less to do with religion, and it is more to do with political interest and stuff like that.
Hey, with the Warner, thank you. I'll see you in a couple hours, but I think he's on the plane right now messaging. And I also saw another question. Since we last spoke, Jordan, or as I say, Juden Peterstein, has had a very public mental breakdown. It's a little bit sad to see. Like, at first it was funny, and then you see his allegiance be publicized very clearly, that he's bought and sold by Israel. And his entire worldview of facts over feelings and free speech, all this stuff goes out the window when he doesn't even stand for that. What is your opinion on Juden Peterson's transition to being a fraud?
I think what it is that if you don't have a meaning and purpose in life, then of course money's going to allure you. Of course, look, you know, whatever they're paying him for the Daily Wire, probably 50 million a year.
50 million?
Yeah, it's a lot of money, bro, for someone who doesn't believe in God, really. I mean, if you look at what Jordan Peterson actually believes, he doesn't actually believe in God.
No. He pretends to be a Christian for... No, he doesn't even believe in it.
Bro, he doesn't believe in God. I sat with him, and I sat with his friend, and his friend, Jonathan, whatever his name was, I forget his surname, but he told me, this is what he told me. So Jordan Peterson is not a Christian, and we're calling him to Christianity. That's what he said. So it's, you know, at the end of the day, this is a person who's more like, he might not not verbalizing it, but the truth is, he's not really a Christian. Doesn't probably even believe in God in the religious sense. Maybe in a mythical sense or some other sense.
Have you seen him answer that question? Like, do you believe in God? He's like, what does do mean?
Yeah. Well,
what does believe?
Oh, yeah, I'm stupid.
What is in?
He doesn't believe in it like
What's
we
God?
believe. Let's put it that way. Let's make it easy for everyone. He doesn't believe in it like we
Sophistry.
believe in it. He doesn't believe in God like we do. Okay, like theists like us believe in it. So someone like that who doesn't believe in God like we do, I believe, and I've told him this, and he agreed with it, which is if you do not believe in God, you are going to be anxious and depressed in life. Full stop. Allah says in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. That whoever averts their attention from my remembrance, then I will let him live a depressed life. Okay, full stop. And on the flip side, you had أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. That certainly with the remembrance of God, do hearts find rest. If you remember what he said, and by the way, Jordan Peterson's most watched podcast, more so than Joe Rogan, more so than with McConaughey or this one or that one, his most watched podcast was with the one and only MOHAMMED HIJAB. Actually,
Subhanallah.
Yes. His most watched podcast,
Double hijab, double Muhammad hijab.
Podcast was with the champ, and that podcast which got like 7 million views,
MashaAllah,
or more than this. He said in it, and I remember what he said. He said he even admitted. He said the reason why that's the case is because your attention is not multiple. And he always does this with fingers like that. Yeah,
you got that from Ben Shapiro.
He goes, then I don't. No. He. This is his thing.
Yeah.
He's like playing piano. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He goes, yeah. The attention is multiplicitous, meaning, and this is my understanding of what he said. If your attention is diverted into many different ways, you will always be anxious because you don't have one
singular focus.
Singular focus.
Objective in life.
So if that's what you believe, brother. Yeah, then why don't you come to the truth? Why don't you come to Islam? Why don't you come to Allah? If you know that as a psychologist, one of the most cited psychologists maybe of the present age, a person who studied psychoanalysis and Freud and Jung and authored books and know very well about these things and all of that stuff. Okay, if you know this and you know that, what are the name of those drugs, bro? What's that? What's the one he took? Quetiapine, that one, whatever he took, is not going to help him. Sorry to say, how many do you take? How many does he take? And how much has it helped you? It's not going to help anybody, my friend. Yeah. What's going to help you is belief. His first book was called Maps of Meaning. He knows full well the importance of meaning and purpose. The only purpose that's going to help you is the objective purpose, not subjective one. No, objective purpose, anchored, objective, solid purpose that you have. Spiritual anchorage, yeah? And that is only achieved through the worship of Allah.
100%.
If you don't do that, you're going to be depressed. 100%.
100%.
Right. So there's no point in kicking somebody when they're down. Just invite them to Islam.
I'm inviting him, speaking to him privately with respect.
I
Even
have
until
with-
this time.
yeah.
Even, I'm like, this is, people will criticize. I speak to Jordan Peterson until this day privately, and I open doors of da'wah to him privately. Even same with Andrew Tate, everybody. Because even Netanyahu, I would invite him to Islam. There's no problem.
Okay.
I'll invite any human being to Islam in the dunya. But if Pharaoh was invited to Islam by Moses, anyone can be invited to Islam by anybody else.
How have you found, like, SNEAKO, how do you resonate with that, what you were saying? Like, how has Islam impacted your life? Like, what's an
That's why I
updated-
invite so many people to it. There's been a lot of other content creators, like the guy that had debated on the age of consent, age of marriage, this thing.
Yeah.
I messaged him after the debate because he got destroyed and he refused to upload it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then he said he's not going to debate anymore. And he said that he regrets getting into that. And he retracted all his statements about, 9-year-olds being able to transition and stuff. So afterwards I texted him, if you want to speak privately about Islam, I invite you. Same thing as this other one, this guy, XQC, promotes gambling. He just shook hands with Donald Trump. I messaged him, I said, like, I'll talk to you privately. There has been someone, there's this guy, Nick Merckx, you don't know who these people are, but I messaged him and we had a conversation about the age of marriage because he's a Christian. You know how Western Christians kind of celebrate Christmas, but they're not super practicing.
Yeah.
And I explained to him my position because at first he didn't understand. He's like, it should be 18. Yeah. And when I talked to him privately, he started to understand my point of view. Yeah. So I do like having these conversations. I want to continue to do that because it changed my life. Right, having one singular objective to make it to the next, to make it into Jannah, it simplifies everything. Everything you do, it's a singular function, and everything else makes sense. I'm not confused anymore. I'm not lost. I found the truth, and inshallah, I want other people to find what I found because it.
Bro, we have to say, bro, like the job that you're doing, bro, is commendable, man.
Yeah.
So honestly, your progress has been amazing, man.
Mashallah, thank you.
Mashallah, all of us have seen it, man.
I appreciate
And
it.
it's
I mean, I'm not
amazing.
perfect either. You know, I play music in the
100%.
stream, but I do want to ask you one more. You said that you think victory will be ours against Netanyahu and these people. Isn't it not determined that they're going to win and that the Mashiach is going to return and that the Dajjal is going to come? Is this not where this? That's not what Israel's trying to do.
No, Dajjal will be defeated actually.
Well, first they're going to wipe out 90% of the population, right? Aren't they going to win? You know, majority.
It's going to look like a victory, but we're going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. That's what's going to happen. And obviously, Isa alayhi salam is going to be the one. There are two protagonists at the end of days. Jesus, we believe Jesus, and Al-Mahdi, the protagonist. And Dajjal is the antagonist.
Yes.
And eventually what will happen is Al-Mahdi and Jesus will be victorious over Dajjal, the Antichrist. That's what will happen. Victory will be ours, 100%.
And is that what Israel is trying to do? They're trying to bring the Antichrist first. That's why they wanted to get Al-Aqsa, all this.
I think that generally speaking, what's going to happen is that you'll find people from the Zionist movement and others will think that the Antichrist is Christ himself. Mm-hmm. So they will mistake him for Christ, and that will be part of the deception of the Antichrist.
But aren't the signs going to be obvious? The one eye, this stuff, he's going to be deformed.
Well, it's going to only be obvious to Muslims. All that stuff is only going to be visible to
Not to
Muslims.
Christians. The
No.
Christian will be deceived.
No, the Christian will be deceived, the Jew will be deceived, everyone will be deceived because they believe that Jesus is God. Muslims will know that no man can do certain actions. But for them, a man can perform all kinds of actions. Mm-hmm. So yes, Christians who have rejected Islam will be deceived and they will follow the Antichrist, just like the Jews will as well.
What do you think about Nick Fuentes? He's a good friend.
I don't know anything about him.
You don't know?
I just saw one
He's the
thing-
race realism guy we spoke about. That.
Yeah, I know that about him because you told me. And I also saw is that funny clip that he's talking about, what's that thing about pajamas?
Us wearing, doing tomfoolery in pajamas. Yeah. With curvy swords. Tomfoolery in pajamas, yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. He was mentioned in the Piers Tate interview. Tate was being criticized by Piers for retweeting him because he's a white supremacist, according to Piers.
Okay, I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea about Nick Fuentes, but I would say I disagree with race realism, yeah? And I think it's a foolish take. Because, look, the thing is, you can never prove that one race is actually better than another in terms of biology because ceteris paribus, you cannot do these experiments. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So, for example, usually the argument that's made is that some people are better than others because of economic factors. Full stop, okay? So look at black people, for instance. Black people are doing worse than white people, therefore white people are more intelligent than black. It's as simple as that. That's really the argument. The response is, okay, how come you have countries that are so close to each other with the same genetic pool, but they're so economically disparate? Like, for example, look at the Yemen, yeah? It's right next to Oman. Bro, Oman is ranked maybe 46 in terms of HDI, Human Development Index, and Yemen is ranked like 200. They're the same people, but one of the economic indicators is completely different to the other. It's to do with genetics. It has to do with like political factors, historical factors, whatever. Look, you've got like Southeast Asia. You've got countries in that whole area, like Singapore. Yeah, really, what's their genetic pool compared to Singaporeans and Malaysians, let's say, compared to some other countries? They're way more in terms of economic indicators developed. Look, man, I can go on and on and on.
And I understand your argument.
Examples of the same people, the same genetics, but then they have completely different outcomes in terms of economics. So how do you come to the conclusion? Okay, do you know how they come to the conclusion? Oh, because Chinese people do IQ tests, white people do IQ tests, Arabs do IQ tests, and whatever. And the number one people that do IQ tests and they get the best scores are Chinese.
Yep.
For example, like there's Asians and so on. They call them Asians in America. And then number 2 are the whites, and number 3 are the Arabs or whatever, and then number 4 and then the last ones are the blacks. So the blacks must be the most foolish biologically, and number 1 must be these ones, yeah. So that's how they make the argument. But IQ tests in itself, bro, in China they study IQ tests when they're 15 years old, akhi. Look, let me tell you something. You can go online right now and write Mensa International, and you can sit an IQ test, okay? You can sit an IQ test, and they'll give you a number, I've done it. It was an inflated number, I think, because there's no way I got 205. No, I'm joking.
There we go.
But Biani, But yeah, the point I'm making is, look, imagine now, let's say for example, I did IQ. I promise you guys, wallahi, I tell you this for a fact. I might even do this for Sapiens Institute. I was thinking of doing it. If everyone in this room sat an IQ test today, and let's say they got 120 or 110, okay, a modest figure, they get 110. Okay, yeah, it's a normal figure. It's not like 140 is a good number, like 150 is a good number, right? 110 is an okay number for these kind of tests. Let's for the sake of argument. So someone gets 110 in the IQ test. I promise you, if we did a rigorous training program for 6 months of IQ training, okay, I promise you your IQ will jump 20 points. I promise you will jump. Because you know, this IQ analyzes 4 issues: pattern recognition, processing speed, maths and grammar. I promise you, if I teach you the way that these things are, done, in 2 months,
essentially, you can revise for it.
Bro, you can revise for the exam. You can revise to some extent. You can revise for the exam. If you got people in China, akhi, that are revising for the exam, where they're doing it in school at the age of 14 versus someone in Malawi who doesn't even know what an IQ test is, don't tell me that one is more intelligent than the other because of genetics. Tell me because of they've been taught and trained and the other one's not been taught and trained.
No, but it doesn't also make sense from a historical perspective. You would have to explain then other races being in power for significant centuries,
that's another point.
Right? Like the Indians, for example, the Mughals, they had extremely large percentage, 25% plus of the world's GDP before the East India Company.
It's a great point. It's an excellent point.
So at that time,
it's an excellent point.
If you
the historical argument.
If at that time, if you believe in that,
okay, think about this for a second. Sorry.
Think about this.
Think about this for a second, yeah? I'm sorry to say, the Caucasian man, the white man, is not the same as the Mediterranean man. Just putting it out there.
Of course.
Yeah, genetically they're different.
Of course.
Yani, for example, a Greek man, I don't see him as the same as the English man. Yeah?
Of course not.
Or an American. I don't see him.
There's a difference.
This is the difference. Actually, I could even argue, I'm sorry to say, that a Greek man, and I'll tell you why I'm mentioning this, is closer to a North African in genetics than he is. You could make an argument. Than the white man. You could make the argument, like for Moroccan versus, like Morocco and Spain, Check the gene pool of the Moroccans and check the gene pool of the Spanish.
Oh,
it's so much more similar.
Yeah.
It's so much more similar than the gene pool of an Englishman and the Spanish. You could argue, okay, why am I saying this to you? Because the reason why I'm saying this to you, you have Greek civilization. No one's going to take Aristotle away or Socrates away or Plato away. But these were Mediterranean men.
Yeah, they won.
Okay, now you do have the Roman Empire. And you do have the last 300 years of Western domination. And I give you that. But apart from that, what has the white man really achieved? In 5,000 years of civilization, if you remove that, his achievements become very low, actually.
And why do we have to associate that with that?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Because if you're saying that it's economic factors and stuff like that, then, bro, look at ancient Egypt. What color were they? They were blacks, man. A lot of them were blacks. A lot of them were maybe my color. A lot of them, like you go to the Egyptian museum, you'll see a lot of them have flattened noses.
The big nose, yeah.
Akhi, bro, don't tell me at the same time when the Egyptian civilization was going on, where the black people and the Nubians were building pyramids and writing hieroglyphics, and the white man didn't even know how to wash himself. Don't tell me the white man had a genetic advantage. Don't tell me that. Because if you tell me that... No, but I'm going all the way back. I'm going all the way... Bro...
We don't need to go that far.
Egyptian civilization. How long... You got the upper intermediate period. You have the... what do you call it? Middle period. You have the New Kingdom. Akhi, this is thousands of years. Are you going to delete this thing? Are you going to delete this thing? Because you think that the white man's so good?
And then we look at the last 100 years.
Come on, man.
Only. Why do we have to limit history to the last 100 years? Of bloodshed.
Come on, man. No, what I'm saying to you is, Akhi, what was going on in Europe when the Egyptian civilization was happening?
Nuance, is it?
What was going on in Europe when Mesopotamia was happening, when the Indus River civilization was happening? If the white man was genetically superior through intelligence, why is it that he was not able to establish civilizations at the same time as other people from different genetic pools for thousands of years at the same level? That's a question. Don't tell me now because, okay, China and the West is dominant that we have to now associate all of their dominance to do with their genetics. It's a weak argument, bro. Because for you to actually prove this point, here's what I'm going to say you have to do. For you to prove this point, this is what you're going to have to do.
What?
You're going to have mixed race parents, yeah?
Hey.
Get mixed race. No, I'm just thinking out loud, Aki. You got mixed race parents, like for example, half black, half white, for sake of argument. Mixed race parent, fully 50%, 50. Do a G test on. Okay, he's got one black kid and he's got one white kid. Yeah. One black and one white kid.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe they're adopted. I don't know. Whatever. The reason why he has got to be mixed race is because he can't be fully black or fully white. It's got to be even test. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you get it? He's mixed race. Okay, so he's got one black, one white. Yeah? All right. We'll give them exactly the same life opportunities and we see who does better. Mm-hmm. Now, according to you, actually the black kid should do worse than the white kid, right? Now, in order to extract this, we have
on average.
Yeah, so we have to bring now 1,000 of these cases, 10,000 of these cases and make a generalization. Do you expect me to believe that if you get a mixed race parent with a black kid and a white kid who are, let's say, adopted, that all of and you have 10,000 of such cases and they have the same controlled environment and they have the same life opportunities, are you expecting me to believe that the black kid is going to consistently perform worse than the white? If you say yes, I'm open. Okay, maybe. That's your hypothesis. You're allowed to make a hypothesis, but you cannot come to the conclusion before you've done the experiment. This is science 101. You cannot come to it. You can have the hypothesis. I hypothesize, me, Nick Fuentes, or this person or that person, whoever race it is. You can say, I hypothesize that black will do worse than the white because of whatever reason you want to give. But you cannot come to the conclusion.
But it's not innate to race.
How can you say?
Do you believe that there's some traits that races have that are innate?
Of course.
Right, because black people are better in the Olympics.
Of course.
They destroy white. So if we believe that they're biologically different, then why can't they be?
They can be. They can even be intelligently different.
Exactly.
They can
so
be.
So you're agreeing?
No, they
But
can't.
that
No,
will change.
no. I'm saying it can be the case.
But you don't think the majority are like there's any
Or-
correlation?
no, I'm saying it can be the case. If someone said to me, "Look, is it possible that you find when you do this great experiment that Chinese people do very well in maths and that when we do this great experiment of mixed race parents and all that, that Chinese people end up being the most intelligent in maths because of genetic factors?" Mm-hmm. I say that's a possibility. I can't rule it out as, let's say, a sociologist or scientist or a psychologist or whatever. Maybe I can't rule it out. It can only be a hypothesis, but in order for it to be affirmed, the experiment has to be done. But it's such a wide-ranging, difficult experiment to do that it will never be done. The closest thing that has been done, by the way, is I don't know if even they've done documentaries of this. It's called separated at birth twins.
Yes.
I heard of that.
Yeah.
Experiments. But that you cannot make the same extractions from that as you would need to in order to come to a conclusion that race is actually the determinant factor
There's way
in
too many
intelligence.
nuances.
But with
It's
sports,
maybe not the
it's
determinant
different.
factor, but it is a factor.
It could be, but we don't know that for a fact.
True.
It could be. No one can rule anything out. It could be the case that we do this great experiment. It turns out black people are so good at, I don't know, music.
They are.
No, it just could be. Could be. It turned out that Chinese people are so good at mathematics innately and biologically. It could be. It could be that this race here, the Arabs are so good at language. I don't know. It could be whatever. Mm-hmm. It could aspects of intelligence. It could be, or it could be that an overall intelligent term. It could be this. It could be that. But no experiment has been done and can be done to substantiate that statement. So race realism can only be hypothetical until such a thing has been done.
I understand your argument. The reason I bring up Nick and I wanted to see, I think that's probably good. If you're saying that Trump's too old to become president.
Oh, come on, man. He's 78.
He's 78.
Yeah.
Nick's my age. He's 25.
Okay.
And I think that he's like the only possible future president that could do a decent job. And he puts Christianity first. I think America's a Christian nation that started as one. I think that makes the most sense. For it to become an Islamic nation is.
To be honest, though, I don't care for people to put white people first or Christian first because that's not my business. I don't want them to. I don't care if they do or if they don't. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's just not my business. It's like, it's like somebody telling me that, I'm putting my wife first. I don't care. I'm putting my wife first. I'm putting my family first. I don't care about your family in a way. Do you know what I mean? This is like your business, with all due respect.
Right. I'm asking, like, who do you think? So if Trump can't lead, you think he's a Zio?
I don't care about American politics in a way. Do you know what I mean? It's not my business, really.
You don't care.
They can have whatever leader they want. They can, what they're doing from a foreign the extent to which I care about American politics is the extent to which it affects the rest of the world. If they attack Muslim countries, if they attack this one, I can't care too much about what they're doing and this and that. Bro, if they're not believing Allah, then whatever they do, if they're liberal, conservative, if they're woke, if they're not woke, if they don't believe in Allah and they don't believe in the last day, they don't believe in Islam, it's all the same to me. Mm-hmm. It's all the same. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
As the Quran says, do what you want. That's what the Quran says.
Halas.
Do what you want, bruv. If you want to be conservative, if you want to be gay, if you want to do that, do what you want, bruv. I don't care. I don't care if you want a gay president, if you want a woman president, if you want an old man president, again. If you want two old man president, if you want a drop dead president, if you want a coma president, if you want a dementia president. If you want a man being shot dead president, I don't give a. You know, foreign policy perspective, they're hurting everybody. So I don't even know.
I mean, it's through Israel. I don't think you can blame a lot of the.
Bro, America itself is hurting people. Iraq, look at Iraq. It's worse than Gaza. What happened? 1 million people died. They went into Iraq.
That was because of Israel. You can't blame the Americans.
Well, I mean, you know, we can't blame Israel for everything. The Americans have been doing things. Actually, look, you got Korean War, you have Vietnam War, you have the Iraq War, you have the Afghanistan War. But I don't care. Like, America is not my priority. My priority is the Muslim people, Islam and Muslims. You know, America is not my priority. You know. At all. At all.
And what about, does the same go for the UK?
Yeah. It's not my priority. The UK is not my priority. The Muslim community in the UK are my priority. The extent to which the UK is my priority is the extent to which they look after the Muslim community, look after us. Yeah, I want the best for everyone in a sense. But in another sense, I don't really care too much, Yani, if they have this president or that president, or Keir Starmer, or what's the other one's called. I will choose the one who, I will choose the prime minister who helps me the most and my community the most, my people the most. My concern is my people. It's not really, do you know what I'm trying to say? All these other concerns. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I can't lie. My concern is the Muslim people.
That goes back to the question I asked earlier. How do you think that Islam can coexist with Western values? How do you see this going forward? We're seeing what happened in the UK right now. There's obviously some growing resentment towards that in the growing Islamic population.
Yeah.
How could the two coexist?
You know, what are you gonna do? Now, forget about her. Forget this question. This question is always it's a defensive. I have to be defending myself. What are you gonna do? I'm telling the right wing now. What are you gonna do? We're British citizens. We're born in the West. We're born in the West. What are you gonna do? Strip our passport? Are you gonna deprive us of our citizenship? Is that what you want to do? You want to kick us out? Go on then, do it. I want to see that happen. Try that. We'll see what happens. Come on, let's try. What are you gonna do exactly? What do you want to happen? Do you understand? What do you want to do? I don't care. Try your best. Do your thing. I don't care. God, do it. Because at the end of the day, we're British citizens. We live in Britain. Okay, we're a minority in Britain. Yeah, we have our own interests in mind. Yeah, whatever. Do your thing. If you're trying to harm us, try and harm us. No problem. Whatever, man. You know, at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try and kick us out with 5 million people. Has that ever happened in modern history where you kick 5 million people out? Is that even a realistic target? You're not gonna be able to achieve that. They would have to change their constitution. Britain would have to change its constitution fundamentally.
Right.
If Britain does have a constitution, people say, oh, it doesn't have. It's an uncodified constitution made out of statute law, common law, and a constitutional tradition. You're gonna have to change your constitution. You're gonna have to do an overhaul of your whole constitution if you want to change. If you want to take 5 billion people out and kick them out of the country, you're not gonna be able to do it. If you can do that, do it. No problem. They will be forced to go to another country. If you achieve your objective, then I'll be in Egypt or he'll be in Pakistan or whatever it is. If you can do that, achieve it, do it. If not, then shut up. Shut up and be quiet, because you're gonna have to live with us, and that's the reality. You're gonna just have to live with us. Yeah, you're gonna have to live with us. You're the one. You're going to have to coexist with us. It's not we have to coexist with you. You have to coexist with us. It's you that have to coexist with us. We have to coexist with you. No. You have to coexist with us. That's it. It's done now. You got two options. Kick us out. Try and forcibly kick us out. Or you have to coexist. That's it. Simple as that.
Great stuff.
You agree, Musa?
Yeah. Honestly, I do agree. I think. Look, because they say it's about illegal immigration, right?
Right.
That's what they're saying. Okay. Let's stop illegal immigration. No problem. Let's stop people coming in on boats. No problem. Let's do that. Okay. Do you think these EDL, these far-right people, are going to be happy with that? Mm-hmm. No.
They want us
The
out.
fact that they're attacking random black people on the road, random sisters wearing hijab, random Muslims, a random Pakistani uncle walking down the street with his groceries. The fact, in Birmingham a couple of years ago, one of these uncles was killed, bro. Why is it an uncle? The fact that they're doing Islamophobic attacks like this, it shows you, bro, that, your problem isn't actually illegal immigration. Your problem is actually that you're a failure in life. You have yellow teeth. You don't. You need to go to the dentist. Your problem is you're unqualified. Your problem is that you have a very, very low IQ. Your problem is that you see your doctor. He's driving a nice car and he's an Asian man and he's flown in from Afghanistan or Pakistan and he's done better than you, and you just don't like that. Honestly, for many people, That seems to be the issue.
If your issues with immigration,
That seems to be.
have your issue, do your thing.
No,
I
so
don't
stop
care.
illegal immigration. Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
Bro, I don't care. Do you think I'm fighting for...
Like,
no
but
one here
why
cares
the
about
racist?
illegal
Why the
immigration.
racist rhetoric? Like, why the racist rhetoric for? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to be racist for? Why do you have to speak in such a manner? And then they got these token guys that are just standing with them, like this random brown guy who's confused, standing with Tommy Robinson. Like,
He doesn't know what he's doing there.
Random black guy in the corner, like
You got
just confused.
$50 to be there.
Yeah. He's like, it's nonsense, bro. Anyone who looks at this, who's got half a brain, just sees these guys are idiots. They're racist. Their mission is it's not about illegal immigration, because look, the fact is, look, bro. Once again, look at how this thing started, bro. This guy, random, he's a British citizen, bro. He went and killed these 3 kids. Why are you at a mosque? Why are you at a mosque for? Why are you breaking down a mosque? Why?
There was a white man that killed 3 black girls, and there wasn't the same outrage.
Yeah, why not the same outrage?
Do you know
It's
the name of
selective of what they show in the media to
What's
try
the
to
name
stir
of
up
the, What's the
drama.
name of the white guy that killed the 3 black girls?
They don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
Have you
I'll
seen
give
that
you.
clip? Have you seen? There's a clip.
No, I
bro.
haven't.
I can send it to you if you
First
want to
I've
show
heard
it. Yeah, but like, there's a clip, bro. Of this guy, who's literally he's being asked, oh, you know, they're taking our jobs and this, and I'm very upset, etc.
Jamie Burrow, bro. Look
Comes
at
out,
this.
he's a paedophile, bro.
Look at this. Jamie Burrow, jailed 44 years for triple murder. He killed a woman and 2 kids.
Bro, you can't get a job.
White guy,
because you're-
look. Can you see that white man? Bro, it's a white man, Jamie Burrow, yeah? If this was about killing kids, bro, there were 2 black kids and a woman, yeah.
The story would be different. Yeah, the outrage
Bro,
would be
and there's a
different.
guy was called Jamie Burrow. He was, why are you not doing rights for that? Well, clearly it's because, okay, they were white girls. It's like, with all due respect, you have to show all of these girls that have been killed the same level of care. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
But do you care at all about coexisting with the non-Muslim?
Of course, bro.
Undoubtedly, bro.
But they have to also care about coexisting with me.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't want to. I've had enough of bending the knee and say, yeah, I'm going to coexist with you. Brother, if you don't want to coexist with me, take me out. Force me out. Fight me.
Do your
Do
work.
do your work. Aki, at this point, I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm not going to beg you to be my friend. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you mad? Are you mad?
Intellectually
Brother,
molested.
let me tell you straight. The Muslim community are not in a position to be begging, oh yeah, we're going to coexist and we believe in this, and I can bring you 10 ayahs and 10 hadith and 10 historical precedents and 10 this.
Bro,
We've
you
done
need
this.
Muslims. Bro, you need Muslims. Your doctors are Muslims.
Right.
Go to your local hospital. He's a Muslim.
even if
your
the-
dentist
if
is
the-
a Muslim.
yes.
Your accountant
Yeah,
is
he's
a
a
Muslim.
Muslim.
Your accountant
He's
is a
the
Muslim,
Muslim.
bro. Your professor in
He's a
university is
Muslim.
a Muslim.
Yeah.
You're flipping local shopkeepers
Muslim.
a Muslim. If we all left, you would be screwed.
Bruv, even let's say for the sake of argument, you don't need Muslims. Yeah, that's for the sake of argument.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Imagine,
But we're still here though.
So what are you gonna do?
Okay, so I wanna know, bro. Let me show you something, yeah? Let me show you something.
What are you gonna
See
pull
this?
out, bro?
I'm gonna show this out. You see
Okay.
this? You see this?
Don't
You
open
see-
it.
No. You see this passport right here.
Oh, they
You
want to
see this
strip it.
passport. This has been with me for a long time. You see, it's got so many stamps because I've been to so many different.
was very
countries.
old.
Yeah, because I've been to traveling a lot and stuff like that. So can you see all the stamps that I've been to? It's different countries that I've been to.
He's
yeah?
a British man.
You see this passport. I want you to take this away from me. That's the challenge. Come and take it from me. Come and fight me for it. Standard. If you're saying that you don't want me to be in your country, if that's the issue, deport him. They say, come and take it. Come and take it. And there's 5 million of these, by the way. There's 5 million. Imagine 5 million. I just want you to imagine 5 million passports for a second. Imagine 100 passports. Then imagine 200. Now imagine 1,000. Now imagine 10,000. Now imagine 5 million of these. You think they're all going to be deprived?
That's a lot of passports.
Do you think these all is that a reasonable thing? Do you think you're going to achieve that objective?
They're not gonna
Okay,
achieve that
okay.
objective.
Go and do it, please. I would like to see, because if that's your objective, you are going to fail. You would have to have an overhaul of the British Constitution. You are going to fail your objective. Go ahead and try your worst. Do your thing. Do your best. You have to coexist with me. I don't have to coexist with you, brother. You have to coexist with me. Tell me
The
about
outrage is really silly when you break it down like that. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what
What's
what are
the
you gonna do?
purpose? What's the
What
purpose?
is this gonna solve?
Yeah, what's the purpose?
There is none. There is none.
What's the purpose?
Well, the purpose is to drive more
No, but
division
bro,
and to distract us from Palestine.
What's your purpose in raiding a shoe shop?
Wow, what are you gonna do?
Getting a couple shekels
No,
from
but
Israel.
look at the complaint, bro. The complaint is
Yep.
that these people are coming in, taking our jobs, destroying our country. Bro, you guys are attacking the police. You guys are raiding shops. You guys are stealing things from shops. And I'm
Let
the
them
problem.
steal it.
And I'm the problem.
Let them steal it.
Someone, this is funny, said someone, 6 million? It's been done before.
It's never been done before. It's never been done before.
To that level?
No, it's never go. In the modern age, 5 million passports have never been taken away from any single minority.
No way.
In,
They can't
the
do
Western
it.
world.
They can't do it.
If you make it happen, make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. Come on, man. You think throwing a stone on a white officer is going to make me lose my passport? Really? Okay, well, you got a great
If
strategy.
anything, it's gonna make you lose yours.
No, let them do their thing, man.
So this is not gonna. How do you think is this gonna be resolved? It's just gonna blow over in a couple of weeks. People move on to the next thing. Is that what's gonna happen?
Well, they do this in the summertime because they've got a lot of them are school students.
They're kind of bored.
It's the summer holiday. They're bored. They got nothing to do. So clearly, in September, none of this is going to be there because they're all going to go back to work and school and stuff like that. But let them do it, bro. Let them get out. As I said, let them have fun. They're having fun, and in the process of having fun, the far right, I just want them to know as well. In the process of having fun, yeah, I want you to, if you want to commit crimes, do it. And do you know what we're going to do? We're going to take note of that. We're going to take that as a case study. You scoring an own goal. We're going to enjoy that, in fact, because we're going to say, look, here you have these white people destroying houses and this and that. They're British, native, indigenous, etc., etc., etc. But look at them. You're giving us exactly what we want. Okay? So continue. Please continue. I'm not going to take the stop. Continue. If you want to commit crimes, I'm not. Who am I to stop you from committing crimes? Who am I to stop you from being a thug? Continue being a thug if you like to. If you like that.
They complain about. I'm gonna say again. They complain about the Palestine protests. 400 of you have been arrested in just the last week.
Be a thug.
Yeah, just thugs.
So they can be a thug. It's fine. You can be a thug. If you want to be a thug, no one's going to stop you. I'm not telling you to stop. If you want to be a thug, it's a fine choice for a person like you. It's a fine choice for a loser. It's a normal choice for someone in your position. It's a fine choice. Continue, please. As for me, I've got other things to do. I'm not going to be joining a protest. I'm not going to be enjoying. Me and the Muslim community. We're not necessarily. Hopefully, the Muslim community now realize that these guys are scoring an own goal. Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. We're not going to be joining. I'm sorry to say. Muslims, don't get involved in this.
Don't.
Honestly, trust me, just leave them. 100%. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do is defend yourself if someone tries to attack you. That's fair enough. Yeah. And if you need to bring a few people here and this and that and organize efforts to defend, like security, if you need to pay a bit of money for professional security and this and that, and do these things. But don't do anything more than that because you would be now. It's like they're scoring an own goal and you're saving them from scoring an own goal. No, just leave them score their own goal, bro.
They're not worth it. That's another thing as well. They're not worth it. And you know what? This guy, Tommy Robinson, I hope when he flies back into the UK, because eventually he's going to have to, I hope they arrest him at the border and throw that guy in prison. Because what this guy, what he has been doing on social media is reckless to say the least. Is reckless.
He can do it as well. He can continue.
And yeah, he can continue.
Please continue.
But they're not going to let him. They're just going to throw him in prison. And that's why he's staying in Cyprus. That's why he's in Cyprus.
He might as well stay there.
Yeah, at what point is someone like Elon Musk going to be like, okay, this guy's
thinking
indirectly inciting violence?
I was thinking about
if that's the limits of free speech, I agree. Yeah. I believe in some level of free speech, but when it gets to inciting violence, that's when you should be, at what point does that happen?
Well, exactly. I mean, Elon Musk, I think Elon Musk is, we should have a conversation. We were meant to have a conversation before Elon, if you remember, but I was a little bit busy. But we can have that conversation now. When I was in Santa Clara, you might remember the time. But
how long ago was that?
This was 2019 or something like that. He was actually interested in religion.
Really?
Yeah. Someone came to me, one of his workers. He said, "Look, Elon Musk wants to talk about religion." I said, "I had to go back to London. You can speak to him about the religion." So actually, at that time, he wasn't as big as he was now. And
you egoed Elon Musk in 2019.
No, I didn't ego him or anything. I was tired, and we had done it. We had done it. Honestly,
this guy's crazy.
No disrespect to him, but I'm willing to have the conversation with him because I think he is worth it. I think he's an important figure.
Undoubtedly true.
And we could talk about the purpose of life. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But at the same time, all these things that he's retweeting from Tommy Robinson and stuff like that.
He's retweeting Tom.
I think he's retweeting Tommy Robinson. I would just say to him, listen, brother, I went to Pretoria. I went to South Africa where I think he's originally from Pretoria. I mean, don't make people think that this is some kind of, resentment that you have about colored people because of what's happened in South Africa or some kind of psychological issue like that. I recently saw a thing about Elon Musk's son, actually. Like he's saying his son is, something.
His son's dancing around.
Well, what's wrong with his son doing that? What's wrong with
There's a lot.
No, I mean, if he doesn't have a purpose of life, he can let him do what he wants at the end of the day. Look, you believe in free speech. I don't understand Elon Musk. I actually don't understand him, Bro, you believe in free speech and freedom of expression, absolutism, yeah? Mm. So why are you getting involved in your son's decision
to become a girl?
To become
a dress up like a girl.
Why are you getting involved in that? Like, for me as a Muslim, I get involved in that because, you know why? Because I'm a Muslim and that is haram. Simple. God said don't do it.
So you don't.
But on what basis do you disown your son? What is your morality, Elon Musk? From whence do you derive your morality?
Good word.
If it's not from the scripture, if it's not from an organized political ideology.
He says it's the woke mind virus.
Well,
how do you know that's bad, Elon?
No, exactly. There's no objective way. It's all subjective. You are being a subjectivist or whatever you are. You're trying to impose and enforce your views on your son. If he doesn't, you're leveraging him. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Yeah, me as a Muslim, I'd say to him, listen, my son, this is what the Quran says, but this is what God wants. The thing is, you can't have it both. You can't be a free speech absolutist and a dogmatist at the same time. What do you mean? What do you mean? But you believe in everyone. You allow pornography on Twitter, brother. So if you're allowing pornography, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Mm-hmm. What the chickens are coming home to roost, brother. Mm-hmm. Well, you're telling me you allow pornography on Twitter so that everyone can be infected and dopamine sensors can be messed up in their mind so that everyone can be harmed.
Right.
You can harm everyone in society, but then when your own son does this, you're very upset about it. Why?
Elon, porn is the reason your son is now a girl. Porn infects people's mind. That's how you get the woke mind virus. Porn is how you catch it.
Elon Musk needs to understand. There's only a few moralities in the world that are strong enough to enforce behaviors on people, the extent to which they will not veer into these directions. Islam is chief most in that hierarchy.
100%.
And if you embrace Islam, Elon Musk, and if you realize your purpose in life and you understand what you're here to do, which is to worship Allah, to God, the one who created you and all that stuff,
then this wouldn't happen.
Actually, Elon, trust me, everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay. Probably be the most powerful man in the world.
Everything will be okay. Listen, everything will be okay. Elon Musk, everything will be okay. Elon Musk, everything will be okay.
Yes.
Yeah? But right now, everything is not okay. I don't care how many billions you think you have, because at the end of the day, you can only put your hands on, there's only so much you can use. What do you mean? You have 250 billion, for example, yeah? But how much of that can you actually use? Brother, come on, man. If you told me spend £1 million a day, I wouldn't know where to start, bro. You're gonna buy properties that you're not gonna occupy, something like that.
Give it to me, brother.
No, but in terms of usage yourself, you don't need that much money. It doesn't mean anything, frankly. Your legacy, you're thinking is to do with money, brother. With all due respect, in 20, 30, 40 years' time, you're gonna be dead, and the money's not gonna be yours.
Yep.
You've got 40 years of using that money.
Right.
So you've got 40 years of using money which you're not going to use. It's going to go to your son who you've disowned already. So what the hell? What the hell? Who's it going to go to? Sorry to say, Annie. Who's it going to go to?
Everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay. And it's funny, like 250 billion, that much money.
It's crazy, bro.
And they still made him kiss the wall.
It's crazy.
They still made him go to the museum with Ben Shapiro. It's
crazy.
With 250 billion, he's still.
It's crazy.
And I love and respect Elon Musk. But even with that amount of wealth,
how can they kiss the wall? Why are you kissing the wall for, bro? No, I don't understand. You're not Jew. This is not a practice that you believe in.
He respects it. He likes the yarmulke, the size.
No.
It's a small hat.
I don't understand why you're kissing the wall, though. I don't understand it. He said one time in this interview, someone said, "You're trying to leverage me with money," or something like. "You're trying to leverage me with money." What's going on? I don't understand. I don't know. Well, Elon, what's happening here? What's happening here? I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, we'll talk about it later, Elon. The point I'm trying to say to you is that you're all over the place at the moment. You need guidance, and the guidance is going to come from Islam.
Definitely.
And a lot of his values align with Islam. He talks about having children and how important that is, how you should, stay away from the woke mind virus. He thinks that transgenderism is bad. He has some sort of conservative values, but I'm not sure where they come from. They don't. There's not. There's no. It's not consistent with anything. So,
bro, I mean, even if all of his values were inconsistent with Islam, consistent with Islam, but he didn't believe in Allah as the true creator of the heavens and the earth, maintainer, sustainer, nourisher, Lord, then, his deeds will be haba and manthura, will be like nothing. You have to accept the authority of the creator, Elon Musk. You must. Allah, the creator, the nourisher, the sustainer, the maintainer, the merciful, the powerful, the knowledgeable, the willing, the hearing, the seeing. This is, if you don't accept this, whatever, bro, it doesn't matter. You're a man, I'm a man, you're going to be in a grave that I'm going to be in. Simple as that. I don't care how much money you think you have with this and that, doesn't matter. And, I know you're a bit insecure as well because, brother, you're 50 years old challenging the Argentinian president for a fight. And how comes you didn't fight the other Zuckerberg? Why are you challenging? Who's pulling out these fights? Why are you fighting anyone anyway? What's going on here? I've not seen you in the ring. I don't see you
Zuckerberg's training. He's at least
Zuckerberg is doing stuff.
Yeah.
Elon, you got all these billions, but you want to get in the ring. Let's see you get in the ring, brother, with the Argentinian president. I want to see that fight. If that doesn't happen, then that's it. I'm done with it. Don't talk about fighting again. If you pull out again, Elon, it's done. Do you understand? If you pull out again,
do you understand?
If you so don't pull out. Yeah. If you're gonna say you're gonna fight someone, let him pull out. Let him pull out.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause. You don't pull out. You do not pull out. Elon. Don't pull out, yeah?
How do you say pause in British?
What do you say pause?
Did you say pause?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there... Yeah, it's good to... What are we doing tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow, at least?
Let's I don't know. Some sheikh told me to come to his house. So I don't know. I'm going to see. But breakfast and call it... I don't know. We'll see where we're going. Are you going to Mostad, yeah?
Mostad.
I would have time.
Did you say Mossad?
What's that place called?
Mostad, bro.
Mostad.
Oh, sorry, astaghfirullah.
Mostad, maybe. I mean,
Mostad.
I haven't got to see much of Bosnia besides the old top. I don't know how much else there is to see.
There's a lot.
Bro, you need to go Mostad, bro.
Mostad.
No, but in this city at least. I've only walked around and just taking pictures all day.
There's some nice food spots. A couple things.
Yeah. Oh, they said, what do you think about right tonight? Stephen Yaxley Lennon's going on Fresh and Fit. Yeah, I mean, Myron's saying that he sees both sides, free speech absolutist, this stuff. They're good friends of mine, but
can I ask Myron a question? And this is one that Abdurrahman actually he gave me a great question to ask him. I've got a question for Myron and anyone who believes in free speech absolutism. Since we started this podcast,
right,
talking about pedophilia,
yeah,
okay. We started to talk about pedophilia.
Okay.
You've got these AI kind of programs nowadays, and this credit goes to Abdurrahman for this because he's the one who gave this argument.
Yeah.
You got these AI kind of programs and stuff like that, which you can prompt it and it tells you what to do.
Right. Should he be able to prompt?
If you believe in free speech absolutism, I'm not talking about child pornography, but should it be allowed for you to make a prompt, that says that I want to see a child at the age of 5 years old having sex with a man, even though it's like an animation, but it's not really real. Animation. It's real. It's real in one sense because it looks just real, but it's not real in another sense because it's not actual pornography. It's not actual children. Now, if you believe in free speech absolutism, this is not harming a child because it's not a child, actually. Yeah. It's not a person.
I've heard Destiny make that exact argument. Saying that it should be allowed because it protects pedophiles from doing it so that they exercise their deviancy.
Oh, so he says it is allowed.
He actually says allowed.
Destiny thinks, yes, you should be able to...
Okay, so fantastic. He believes in child pornography then. So people like that, they believe in a form of child pornography. So if you're a free speech absolutist, in the age of AI, you must believe in a form of child pornography.
Well, porn doesn't count as speech, though.
Pardon?
Porn doesn't count as speech.
What do you mean?
Why would you put porn in the category of speech?
Yeah, because when they say, like, usually in the political landscape and stuff, like in the literature, when they say free speech, they mean expression as well. They mean both.
Yeah. Wait,
They
does
mean
that count
freedom
as
of speech
expression?
and expression.
Technically,
Usually,
yeah.
it's a shorthand for
Technically,
freedom of
yeah,
speech
you're
and
right.
expression. So what I'm saying is, if you believe in freedom of speech and expression, right, then these AI programs, right, should be allowed. Now, what I'm saying to you is that if you really truly believe that, then you believe in a kind of child pornography, and that's why it's a holy cow, bro. The free speech absolutist argument, it's a holy cow, it's a god in itself, which needs to be dismantled, because there's always going to be limits to free speech. I mean, society has already realized some of them.
Always double
Copyright,
If
plagiarizing.
we're gonna be real, free speech has never existed.
It's never real.
full
Yeah.
free speech.
It never has.
Yeah.
You're a prime example of
No,
that.
but that's. I'm saying that we would argue against the fact that that's wrong. That, but we would say, morally speaking, would you accept the kind of free speech which allows a kind of AI type pornography that could exist, which doesn't harm a direct child, but which does exist? So you'd have to say yes to that.
That's a solid argument.
That's one. Number two is, look, there's already things in society which exist, things like, for example, plagiarism and copyright, which protect persons' rights that actually go against capitalistic and economic interests. Because if you want an economy to thrive, if you don't have copyright laws and trademark laws, etc., then the economy will not thrive. Even inventions will not be patented, etc. So free speech and expression has to not trespass that area from a consequentialist perspective as well. So number two. So there's lots of things that prove that free speech absolutism, in that sense that Myra and others have been advocating it, is nonsense. And therefore, to posit it as a justification for having the likes of Tommy Robinson on, who, as we've already mentioned from the Islam perspective, I don't know if Myra is a Muslim or not, or if he cares.
He's a Muslim.
He's a Muslim. But I'm saying, to posit it as a kind of justification, right? I would consider that to be, you would first have to prove that free speech absolutism is a objectively correct or valid moral position before you subsequently try and prove the validity of that position, or try and justify having someone like Tommy Robinson on the podcast. Moreover, just because, like, say for example, if I'm taking off this stream right now, it doesn't mean that you're against freedom of speech. Giving someone an opportunity to come into your podcast is not giving someone an opportunity to come to your podcast. It's not an expression of a lack of freedom of speech. You don't need to facilitate for the enemy and a pulpit for him to disseminate or perpetuate his falsehoods and lies. So there's lots of things. I've already spoken to Myron about this in the Fresh and Fit thing, but
I remember.
These are logical arguments I'm making to him and to other people, but really and truly it deprecates from him. As I say, as a person, and it even deprecates from Andrew Tate and everyone else who associates somehow loosely with Tommy Robinson. I think the reason why it's happening is because they realize a lot of these far right people watch
Share
their
an
stuff.
audience,
Yeah, share an audience. And bro, you can't just try and have a big net that captures all the audience. This doesn't work like that.
I've kind of I've done that before.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that you have to take a stance.
You're going to end up sacrificing your principles if you have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I agree. I don't think that he should be on that show. I think that there's lines that some people cross, and at that point you're an enemy of my religion. And if you disrespect Islam, you're disrespecting. It's equivalent to disrespect to your mother, if not greater.
Absolutely.
So that there's just at that point, like you're an enemy of mine. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, we'll see. I understand his point of view because he sees content as like, yeah. But he's doing overwhelmingly good things. So
he is, and I
want
hope,
to focus on that.
like I said with Andrew Tate, people shouldn't push him too much. I said this before with my run. I really do hope he finds his way.
He had a big rant the other day. I'll show you this about haram police. This actually goes into your rant earlier. But
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll show you. I interrupted you, but I don't know. You said.
What's them? Why the
It goes in line with what we were talking about earlier.
Yo, Resident Evil, off, bro. I tell you guys, all you haram police, like literally, you guys. I'm not SNEAKO. You guys can't come in here and bully me and tell me, well, that's Torah. Shut the up. I told you guys a million times I'm not religious. I don't sit here and say I'm a mu'min or none of that bullshit. All right? So y'all are not gonna bully me into doing what you guys want. I'm not SNEAKO, man. I love SNEAKO. I'm glad that he reverted everything else like that. But y'all are not gonna come in here because a lot of his supporters come in here and try to bully me into like, well, you didn't fight God, blah. You guys, okay? I'm gonna do what I want to do. I never purported myself to be a religious individual, all right? I never did. So get the out of here with that shit. You guys want to go ahead and watch a channel that's super religious or whatever, go watch one of the Muslim channels. That's great. Go ahead and watch Andrew Wilson. Go watch. Well, yeah, that's a Christian. Yeah. But go ahead. You could go ahead and watch SNEAKO. You could watch MOHAMMED HIJAB. You could watch Ali Dawah.
This guy is speaking truth, man. This guy.
Get out of here. All right, go watch them. And holy shit.
Yeah, he doesn't do a Muslim show.
He's right.
Making a point. It's not a Muslim show. It's a show that hosts platforms, debates, stuff like this. It's separate from his personal beliefs at times.
But look at his reaction here. It shows that there's been a failure on the side of these guys that are commenting, bro.
Yeah.
The assumption is that the best way to get someone to do something that you want them to do from a religious perspective is to just badger them. Haram. Bro,
it doesn't work.
Psychologically, it's not the right way of doing it. It's not the right way of doing it. So I think that he does have a point, Akhi. Even though I disagree with the guy on so many issues, and I hammered him and his friend that one over that one. But I forgot.
Fresh.
But yeah,
Why did you keep forgetting his name?
What do you call Mohammedan?
No, this one here. He looks different. Look at his face. Is he alright?
He's fine. He's good.
Why does he look like that now?
I just paused it at a weird moment.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it looks better.
Oh, he looked like
It looks like what?
He looked different, bro. Sorry to say, Addy.
I don't know what you're saying.
No, he looked. No, his face looked like that.
Like what?
It's fine, bro.
No, when you paused it, bro.
I think it was just a frame.
Okay,
it was just a frame.
I thought he went through something.
Nah, he's good. He's good.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a good man. So I would say, bro, like, you know, he's got a point. This guy, you know, he's a good man. I hope he comes to Islam as well, because he's, you know, that discussion about the three gods in one and 1-3 was a bit of a joke.
That was a funny. That was a funny one.
That was too much, man. That was too much.
Enough is enough. But now he's wearing glasses. I think he's watching my channel.
Fresh?
Because the other
Myron.
Because why? Is because he's got glasses like me. He's got a haircut like me. You know, if you think about it, he's even talking like me a little bit now.
You think so?
Look, go back, listen to him.
It's a little bit like a hijab brand. Yeah.
Look, watch it.
Wallahi, you're gay.
Listen, Tebow, off, bro. I tell you guys, all you haram police, like literally, you guys. I'm not SNEAKO. You guys can't come in here.
This guy's watching my videos. This guy's taking my advice. He's watching my. Yeah, man. Look at him. He's wearing my glasses. Everything is the same.
Subhanallah, bro.
His hair is not the same. He's got wavy, like black people hair.
Yeah, well, that's just some genetic thing.
Okay.
But
What are you talking about, bro?
I don't know.
I know he's trolling, chat. You been training MMA?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
I've been.
Did anyone see that? Okay. I think you missed that. It's fine.
I've been doing it.
He's been doing it all the time, bro.
Oh, okay.
He needs to stop doing that.
Man, you know, I enjoy grappling, fighting. It's a therapy for me. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. It's a therapy for me. I like to get involved in that kind of thing. I do like it because life is difficult, bro. You know, for some people, therapy is sitting on a hammock, you know, somewhere, you know, just thinking about life. I tried that a few times, and that's when all the thoughts come into my head, and I start to think it's too much. I hate. Really, the best kind of thing to get me away from life is some kind of scary thing, some kind of like, you know, engagement, some fighting, something like that.
Facing your fears.
That one is exposure therapy, as the psychologists call it. It's like I actually dial down all the other voices in my life, and I just think about that thing. It's actually therapeutic, bro. It's therapeutic. There's too much things to think about in this life, bro. Imagine, you got the haram police, you got this one, you got Myron, you got the Fresh, you got Tommy Robinson, you got all these people, bro. Voices, people, comments, this, that. I don't want to live like that.
Yo, off, bro.
Yeah.
Why did that just play? I didn't even click anything.
No, I'm just saying, Yani, life is too noisy. Bro, my screen time has gone up here since I've been on holiday. But I'll be honest, my screen time is 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, you know?
I'm on 9 hours a day.
That's good.
I'm telling you.
What?
20, 30 minutes, bro. Don't get high on your own supply. Let them watch the social media. Why should I watch it?
That's good, man.
I distribute it.
you're not
distribute the
tweeting.
drug. I'm not going to take the drug. I know it's addictive. What the hell, bro?
10
You
crack
mad?
commandments.
You know, I spend 20, 30 minutes on something.
Don't get
That's
high on
fine.
your own supply.
That's it. That's what I'm saying to you. Yes, it's a drug, bro. Social media is addictive. It's a
Very,
dangerous drug.
very, very addictive.
You know.
I know. What's giving Shaitan a nightmare? Can you what's this thread?
Oh, this is Qur'anly app, bro. It's a fantastic app. I have to give it, bro. It's got gamified features. It's you can read the Quran. Yeah,
It's like a habit
as you read the Quran, that's part of Burning Hands. That's the series that I put out.
I know, I gotta check that out.
That's the third episode. You know, I was getting a bit mad there, as you can see. Yeah. But this Quranly app, you see, everyone can just go on my Twitter. What's the website? Quranly.app. You have to get this app. This is the app, bro. You have to get this app because when you get this app, when you're reading the Quran and stuff like that, each letter that you're reading and stuff, it gives you points. It's got gamified features. I know the guys. Trust me, this app is going to change. It's going to raise your game when it comes to
compete with your friends and stuff.
Quran. You can compete with your friends and stuff. You have to get the app, man.
What did he say?
React to these guys. This is part of their plan. They want Muslims to react violently so they can say, hey, look, these guys are violent. And remember, the way that they're going to be getting a reaction from us, that reaction is going to be highlighted way more than the thuggery they're involved in. We've seen images of mosques being attacked, random black people being attacked, and of course, Muslims, young Muslims, especially men, when they see this, they want to react. But don't do so. Understand there's a bigger game, and we just need to...
He's absolutely right. Brilliant guy, man, this guy. By the way, support Ahmed. Shout out to this guy. He's a fantastic... You know, you should.
I follow him. Yeah, I do.
Oh, he's excellent.
I don't know if I've spoken to him, but
he's excellent. He is one of the great philosophical minds of the Muslim world, bro. Like top guy.
And then here, I saw this back and forth. Yeah, we didn't get to watch any of it, but yeah, apparently he did speak about. Do you know the timestamp here?
I think around
towards the end.
Maybe there. Yeah, go on.
Do you denounce right-wing thugs attacking Muslims? It's probably here. Halal Kof, if anyone has a timestamp, let me know in the chat.
Yeah, it's probably there.
Let's see some of this.
On Muslims and on mosques.
I watched it sped up, I don't know.
And do you therefore condemn Tommy Robinson for inciting?
That's me. So go rewind it.
Oh.
So he's talking about me here, yeah.
So go from here?
Yeah, go.
On the following points, your acquiescence to far-right figures like Tommy Robinson is haram, as he is an enemy of Islam.
So he's reading up my tweet.
Of far-right thugs who attacked a mosque and who attacked Muslims and Islam generally. Many far-right hooligans want no peace with us. They consider us to be an impossible subject.
Who won this?
I think it was a bit of a... I think Piers got this, bro. 60-40. 55-45, at least. Because he just had the right side of the argument on some of the issues. But the thing is, Andrew Tate has always got a way of speaking in it. Like, even if he's on the wrong side of the argument, he can do well.
Because he doesn't fold, really.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't compromise his point of view, and he explains it even if it's he's in a difficult position. He'll find a way.
Well, it's an impossible argument. You cannot win this argument, bro. You cannot win this argument. You're defending the undefendable, or the indefensible.
Existence frustrates them. You are one of us. They will never accept you fully until you embrace their beliefs. We worship Allah alone and build our purpose on this. No one can compete with this. I urge you to endorse this message and salvage the situation. Do you endorse his message? Do you now denounce right-wing thugs who committed attacks on Muslims and on mosques in the last week? And do you therefore condemn Tommy Robinson for inciting it?
He's saying it as if he wrote that. I didn't think he was going to agree with you that heavily.
Oh, okay. So first, I absolutely condemn all violence, especially against Muslims and against mosques. I know MOHAMMED HIJAB well, and I respect him, and he is extremely versed on the Quran and Islam. He's more versed than I am. I think that by having open conversation with people I disagree with, I did not see myself as aligning with them, but perhaps this is a perception I need to address, of course. I think anybody who's been violent on either side is doing the wrong thing, is being disgusting. I want to make something clear. Piers, you do this very common trick of me explaining to you why I believe something is happening, and then you saying that that's my point of view.
See, actually, really, I think really he probably did beat him. Actually, Andrew Tate won. Yeah, Tate won. Yeah. When I look back at it and look at it, even though he had the right side of the argument, it's read my tweet, but you know, I do think, Achi, that Andrew Tate, you know, he just needs to take a strong stance on this issue. Maybe he won't. Hopefully, he will. You know, I wish he does. I wish he does.
People who were rioting and attacking Muslims. I'm telling you why I believe they did it. I believe they did it because they didn't feel like they had political representation. That does not mean I represent them. That does not mean I advocate for them. That does not mean
that's not why they did it.
I just sat here. I just sat here while you told me Nigel Farage sold me out, and I said that's fine. Yeah. I still agree with some things he says. I'm a very logical person. I'm not emotional about these things.
But if you're logical, you'll understand. But Andrew, if you're logical, you will understand that is not why they did what they did. It's not why they rioted. They rioted in direct response to a social media-led campaign of disinformation, which told them that the person who killed these little girls was an illegal immigrant Muslim who was on the MI6 terror watch. None of those things were true.
Piers, this is very important, sir. And I consider you in many ways a friend. This is very important. You advocated, please let me finish this, it's 30 seconds. You advocated for the vaccine and you got people killed. You are now going to be advocating...
See, Tate is good at
Yeah, right, yeah. That's a great one too right there. He's a great counterpunch.
Yeah, it's a great counterpunch.
He's not on the right right side.
He's not on the right side of the argument, but he just knows how to answer these questions now. He knows how to work him.
He's a good debater.
He's a great debater. Yeah, he's not on the right side of the argument. No.
I didn't expect him to bring out the vaccine randomly like that.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be anyone's going to be allowed discourse anymore. Because you're sitting here pretending that somebody making a video being upset about little girls dying is the reason the UK was set on fire and not the failure of politicians across generations, sir. That is a fallacy.
It was
you know it's a
fake
fallacy.
news.
And it's dangerous.
It was fake
It's dangerous for you to even
news
push
about
this
who had
here.
done it.
Because we're going to end up in a world where no one is allowed to talk
You're
anymore.
wrong.
And it's going to be
You're
you.
wrong.
People
You can
like
shout as much as
you
you
who
want.
advocate for it. And when everyone's
shout
going
as
to
much as you
have
want.
you, then the slavery
You can
is going to
shout
be
as much as you
implemented
want.
on the populace. And
You
you
can
are
shout
a
as
bad
much
person
as you
trying
want,
to get
Andrew.
people's point of view taken off the
No,
internet.
fine. There are perfectly legitimate questions, as I've been agreeing with you about in this interview, about the levels of legal and illegal migration to the UK. They are simply unsustainable, and I will be hard on Labour until they work out a
talk about it
solution.
online.
There are also
talk about it,
plenty
sir.
of
You just
issues.
said we talk
There
about
are
it, you're
also
right.
no, that we are talking about it, and you
been
have
heated.
millions of
No, you just
followers.
said we
You're not
shouldn't be allowed
silent.
to.
You have a
You just
platform,
said we
but you
should
also
not
have
be allowed to talk about it online because
responsibility.
it
You
was
have a
right.
responsibility. You have a responsibility to be accurate. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And I was 95% accurate, which is more accurate than the BBC's ever been about anything. Or you, for extension, most of the time. You've been wrong a whole bunch. Do you condemn Israel? Do you remember
Here we go.
October 7th, do you condemn?
I do.
Condemn Israel?
He condemns him. He condemns Israel.
Is that the first time Piers Morgan said he condemns Israel?
I think he did.
So I mean, props to Tate for getting that, for getting Piers Morgan, one of the biggest pundits on the news,
that is big. Yeah,
to publicly condemn Israel. That's huge. Like that deserves some props.
Why? I wonder why he's condemning them now and he didn't it before. Is it because his show is no longer on Talk TV?
You might have just done it on the spot.
Because he's on YouTube now.
Oh, come on! It can't be that reason, can it? He's on YouTube now, isn't he?
He's on YouTube. He's a
not
YouTuber. He's one of us. Well,
he's not on Talk.
me.
He's not on Talk TV no more, is he?
I don't think so. I mean, usually this would be uploaded in snippets. He's a YouTuber
Bro,
now.
I think they still produce his show, bro, because it's the same studio.
But
No,
this
no,
is
no,
like
no, no, no.
more people are watching
It's not the same
the
show.
internet,
I don't,
social
think,
media.
I don't
than-
think they do Talk TV no more. I don't think he's part of it.
Chad, tell me.
Do you think so? I think they
I don't
might
know.
still produce it.
I don't think he's on Talk TV, bro. So because Talk TV was by Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me as soon as this guy left Rupert Murdoch and Talk TV, now he's condemning Israel. Is it that blatant? Is that?
Boy, that would be interesting.
That's ridiculous, bro. Sorry
That
to
would be
say.
very interesting.
That's sorry to say, but that's horrible. If that's the case, okay. That's horrible. He knows how to
Right back
that.
then, and it took you 6 months to catch up. And you're going to see in 6
No, you
months.
weren't right back
I'm
then.
If we don't,
You said-
I'm right. If
No,
we
he
don't
was
cure-
right back
if we
then.
don't
That's-
cure
he
the
was
disease,
right, yeah.
which is people feeling underrepresented by the political class, the symptoms, which is violence, are going to continue to pop up all around the
No,
country.
but-
Before
What you don't seem to want to accept.
Sir.
Fine. What you don't seem
And what
to
you don't
want
want to accept is that what you are saying
No.
is that the
Let me
politics
put
are
the question to you.
and they've done nothing wrong,
No.
and the people
I don't think they're
have no
perfect.
good point of view, and that we
It's
should shut everyone up online and not let anyone talk.
Complete
You are
nonsense.
advocating for
Nobody's shut up
slavery for the
online.
population. That's what you're advocating
Nobody,
for.
let me speak. Nobody is shut up online. Elon Musk has made it much easier for everyone to be online and have their say. You do it all day long. You spew a lot of untruths. And I'm simply asking you, when you're wrong and what you say helps influence minds to go and commit riots, as it did, because you and Tommy Robinson, between you and others,
They're saying he left Talk TV in April of 2024.
So he did leave it, yeah.
You said Fajr's at what time?
3:45.
2:45. Okay, we have some time. 3:50.
Let's stop at when Fajr.
I'll keep going if you wanna.
We might as well
Why
just
don't you get?
Fajr, bro. Or who goes to-
He'll get ready for Fajr. Yeah, I'll continue. I have some more
Might
things
as well-
to talk about.
bottles of water here, bro?
Yes, there's one right on. I should have offered you some right there.
No,
Right?
that's fine. We'll get that. Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Video's too fast. You guys can't listen this fast. It's not that.
Is it
bad.
cool if I grab one as well, bro?
Of course, bro. Of course, you don't need to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's truth in the fact that why did these guys come on the street? Like, how did they even know to go in the street? It must have been through social media, right?
Right.
And who was the one who organized that?
So they were saying...
Who was the one who told them to go out in the street?
So I was reading,
It was Tommy Robinson, right?
there were some far-right Telegram groups that were basically spreading information of these rallies.
Who organized them?
One of the first people to actually propagate
Yeah.
the protests, these rallies, these riots, was BBC were mentioning this. A guy called Lord Simon on X.
Is this true?
Who's directly associated with, or who's associated with Tommy Robinson.
Okay.
So he was one of the people involved in, promoting these.
So because there must be
rallies.
someone
This
organized.
is what I was reading.
Because they're coming to different places of the UK, right?
Yeah.
So who's
No, of
organizing?
course, bro.
Who's organizing them?
So they were saying that there were Telegram groups, and on these Telegram
who's
groups, they
in
were pushing these
Telegram groups?
far right Telegram groups.
But
That's what
who are
it's-
the like chief organizers of these groups? Is it just different? Is it
don't
sporadic?
know.
Is it
I'm not sure.
Is it decentralized?
Yeah, Telegram is a pretty decentralized, like open platform.
Okay.
Anybody can make it.
So it's not like a hierarchy, like someone saying go here, go there, go here, go there.
It
go
might
here.
be. I don't know.
But it is stirred up by the major figureheads on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of that anger and outrage is.
Yeah, so then there has to be responsibility taken by Tate and others on this point, then, right? Because didn't he make them angry on this?
But don't you think that after that stabbing that happened from the man from born in Cardiff, you don't think there would?
But I don't think Tate had any idea that they were going to go like smash a mosque. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, of course not.
Do you know what I mean?
But
nevertheless, he certainly did. He was part of that campaign.
Stir it up. Did you see the video that he posted?
But I just find the whole thing so odd, bro. I find it so odd that someone like Andrew Tate is engaging in this.
I don't understand
this issue.
That's the dichotomy of being a far right figure online, because that's what I mean. Same thing too. I have like a good amount of white people in watching this that have been angry the whole time that don't like Muslims, but they watch us because we agree on so many issues.
Since when did Tate appeal to this?
Appeal to this?
Yeah.
It started to shift because it used to be the masculinity, feminism is bad, women can't drive. That's old.
Yeah.
It's political season. It's 2024. Trump is like, now the whole movement of the internet is going towards politics. And so naturally the most vocal and the most animated that are going to be online are far right.
There was another thing he was saying, like for
anti-Israel.
example, he was mentioning, I understand what's happening in the UK, and he was basically using what's happening in Gaza as like
an example.
Because
he sees himself as a symbol of masculinity, right? And you see what happened in the Olympics where they disrespect Jesus, peace be upon him.
Yeah.
And he's saying, you got to stand up. Christians, you're not doing anything. Yeah. And he sees that as synonymous with what's going on in England.
Why do we need to help Christians stand up for their religion?
Because he sees it, and I agree with him. It's better than the atheists and the people that are allowing transgenderism and this stuff. It's better that people are Christians than atheists. You don't agree?
No, I mean, I don't disagree strongly, but I can see the argument.
Yeah.
But like, for example, why is it my business to sort out someone else's
empower
affairs?
Christians.
When Jesus,
exactly.
when Jesus, peace be upon him, is being disrespected, you don't feel the need to stand up.
No, we should.
Muslims
as
stand up.
Okay.
So we do it,
right?
And so he's standing up as a Muslim protesting against that.
That's all good. That's fine.
Okay.
But I'm just talking about like this whole sentiment that we need to help the white man in Britain, or we have to help the Christians in the West. Like, where does it come from, and why do we need to do that?
Well, we both believe Jesus is the Messiah.
That's fine, but no. Do you see what I'm asking? Like, for example, the Christians, right? They've got their own
conception of Jesus.
They've got their own religion. They've got their own followers, right? Why? For example, if I'm living in why do I have to
stand up for Christians?
No, not stand up for Christians, because I'm not talking about injustice that's perpetrated towards them. I'm talking about them fixing their religion or their conceptions of their religion,
or them becoming more religious Christians.
It's not my business. Because for me, I don't care. Like, no, put it this way. Whether they are religious Christians or non-religious Christians, the consequence is one. It doesn't matter really to me if they. Do you know what I mean? Like,
bro, if anything,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. But
what I'm trying to say is this: I'm trying to say, like for example,
regardless, is going to be an issue. Though both of those aren't a solution. That's what you're saying. Both of those aren't a solution.
You're not going to go to heaven with this.
Yeah, both of those are not a solution.
You're not going to go to heaven if you're a religious Christian.
But the point, is the better thing to say,
from my perspective,
is, guys, Islam. That's the better thing to say. Islam is your solution.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like,
the better thing to say is Islam is your actual solution.
I'm just saying that you're not going to heaven if you're a Christian, whether you're religious or not religious, or if you're a liberal Christian or an atheist, whatever you are. These are all pathways to hellfire, actually, to put it bluntly.
Don't promote Christianity.
You don't think there's going to be Christians that make it to Jannah?
No, there are going to be Christians that make it to Jannah, but those who believed in one God and didn't do shirk and didn't disbelieve in the faith and stuff. But I mean, in the Deen inda Allah al-Islam, the Quran says that there's only one religion acceptable to Allah, and it's Islam. So, like, I'm not paradelinist. I don't believe that there's so many religions that can take you to Jannah. I believe there's only one religion that can take you to Jannah, which is the religion of Islam. Mm-hmm. So hence, I don't need to bring people closer to the Bible. I need to bring people closer to the Quran only.
Exactly.
I don't care. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it.
I see the logic.
And I've dealt with these people. There's so many people that, especially in the West, they grew up with the ideas of Christianity. So their relationship with God is synonymous with Christianity.
Exactly. Yeah,
so it's almost like we find it, because I agree with Tate on this, we find it easier to just bring people to Christianity than try to convince them of Islam, because they're used to this idea that Muslims are terrorists, brown people. So many people are just not going to be able to understand it ever. So it's better that they're Christians than atheists.
But you see, the problem is that even, okay, fine, like, let's say you bring them to Christianity now, and they're practicing Christians, okay? How is that going to actually internally change them? from the Islamic worldview, from the Islamic perspective,
so many of the
they're
values are
actually
the
still
same.
in darkness.
But so many of the values, besides La ilaha illallah, all this stuff in Tawheed, so many of the values are identical to Islam.
The values are identical. You're right. Some of the values are identical, but even those now are not strong.
It's like we're just
within the
moving. We're just
Christian
moving them
faith.
from one corner of the hellfire to another. Like, you know.
No, but like some of the values you're mentioning, they're not strong anymore with Christians. Like for example, you got gay priests. You got priests marrying. You got priests like. So it's not you're not necessarily pushing them in a direction.
You know, put it this way. Yeah, this might sound weird, but what's worse, having sex with a man or believing in Jesus as a God?
Believing in Jesus as God is worse.
Really?
Yeah,
of course.
Because why?
Come on.
Why?
Why? Shirk is the worst thing.
Does that mean you wait 1 second? Does that mean that? That doesn't mean anything.
But what if they haven't been revealed the truth yet? Because it's like, aren't these people that have not understood the truth?
Yeah, no, that's
the people that go to hell
No,
are the ones that have not been revealed the truth.
No,
yet.
that's
We're
true.
just talking about them as
no,
right?
but as standalone concepts.
Yeah,
right?
standalone.
What's
concepts.
worse, having sex
Shirk
with
or gay?
Yeah.
Shirk is the
Shirk is the worst thing.
Yeah,
Why
you're
though?
right.
Why?
Shirk is the greatest sin.
إن الله لا يغفر أن يشرك
But what's
به
the logic behind
ويغفر
that?
ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء. Allah does not forgive someone who does shirk with him, and He can forgive anything else to whoever He wants. If a Muslim has sex with a man, for example, he can still maintain as a Muslim, but like a heavily sinning Muslim. He doesn't lose his Islamic credentials by doing it. But if he's not excommunicated from Islam if he does that. But if a Muslim if a Muslim commits shirk, he actually leaves Islam altogether with that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
And one is a crime against humanity. One is a crime against God. So crimes against God are weighed up.
Because the question is, someone could ask why. Why is this the case? The answer is because of this. Let me give you a thought experiment right now. Yeah. If I bring forward a plant, cactus plant or something, and I cut it into two, versus if I bring forward a baby and I cut it into two, which of the two things are worse?
It's worse to cut a baby into.
Why?
Because it's human life.
And why does that make it worse? Because they're both life. Why does it make it worse to kill the baby?
Human life is more precious than the life of a baby.
Why?
Because I was about to say we're made in God's image, but I'm not a Christian. Yeah, that's a Christian belief.
So what's the reason?
Because humans are better than plants.
Oh, beautiful. Okay,
Amazing.
so the more attributional value the thing in question has, the more the transgression against it is, right? But what Allah, God Almighty, has infinite attributional value. So that means that if you redirect the worship that you should otherwise be given to Him to a creation, then that's infinitely bad. Hence, the maximum punishment should be afforded to that one. So there's actually, you can rationalize the reason why shirk is the worst, because you are in the worst way possible redirecting what should be owed to God to other than God, because God is perfect in all ways. He's infinitely attributional, infinitely valuable from an attributional perspective. And so misdirecting worship towards Him is to another, giving the rights of God to an other gives you the maximum punishment. Someone could say, well, why is it the case then that someone will be given hell for all of humanity, for all like eternity, for example, when you would only spend 30, 40, 50, 60 years as a Christian or as a polytheist? The answer to that question is that because the severity of the crime is contingent on the length of the punishment is contingent on the severity of the crime. So, for example, if I stab somebody and kill them, it could take me 1 second to kill them. But if I go to the prison, if I go to the court case and say I want to go into prison for 1 second because I stabbed somebody for 1 second, that's all the crime I committed.
Right.
The judge would laugh at me.
Right.
Because the severity of what I've done in that 1 second, despite it being 1 second, is so severe. So what I'm trying to say is shirk from the Islamic perspective, this idea of associating plants with God, is worse than anything else. If I were to speak to Christians, I wouldn't start off by talking about homosexuality.
Talk about shirk.
I would talk about shirk and iman and tawheed, because actually there's nothing worse than shirk. There's nothing that is worse than shirk, because shirk is essentially defying your basic human function.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
That's why I don't really. I mean, yes, homosexuality is important, and I would tell a Christian don't be homosexual and stuff like that. But that'd be a secondary conversation I would have.
How is it important, brother? Homosexuality.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but so you don't think that there's been some talk online about the Muslim Christian Brotherhood, this stuff that we should unite off of our differences. That
How so? Like, what basis should we not? Because we're not going to worship the same way.
No.
Because we worship one
some
God.
Orthodox Christians, some like traditional Christians, I've seen them in the church praying. They put their head to the floor.
No, I don't mean how they worship. I'm saying to whom we worship. We worship one God worthy of worship.
Some Christians reject the Trinity.
Not really. Yeah.
The Jehovah's Witnesses reject the Trinity.
Sure, but they're not seen as Christians, and they also believe in a kind of subordinationism. But I mean, like, the God that we believe is one that's not triune. You know, it's not like one God.
Well, this is what happens when I see it online. Rather, it's more effective to talk about the stuff we share, like talking about homosexuality, transgenderism, than to talk about shirk. Because here yesterday I was speaking to this girl here. She's a Christian. She said something Islamophobic, and then she asked me to speak about Islam. So we talked to her, and then the first thing we said, we explained the Trinity, all right, why the Trinity is false, why man cannot be God. This is my friend here, Arab. He's a Christian, and he responds, "This is bullying." He denied my religion talk the last 4 times, and then bullies this girl with the scholar who has the Bible memorized, and he called me a rat. Right? They get really upset, and they reject it a lot. When you talk about why a man cannot be God, when you talk about the Trinity, they get all defensive, and they start to push you away. They call you names. They get angry. They get extremely emotional.
When people get angry about something, that usually means you're talking about the right thing.
I found that to be true.
Honestly, like where anger is usually where someone is reacting to something which is a truth that they don't want to recognize. Yeah. To be honest with you.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if someone's getting angry or not. That's where you should be talking. You know, at the end of the day, like all the prophets came and they started off speaking about Tawheed. There is one exception. It is interesting because it was Lot actually. Lot, he actually started off with homosexuality. He talked about that first. But all the prophets came with Tawheed, and it's important to start off with that because that's the basis for everything else. Look, a tree has roots and it has branches. The root of the tree of Islam is Tawheed, is monotheism. And we have to start with that. What do you think, Musa?
Yeah, 100%.
They're getting tired, Chai. They're getting tired.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
It's the most important thing. After that, that's like the seed, and without it, there's nothing, and everything grows from that. Everything grows from that. So Tawheed.
I mean, the Quran says that. I mean,
yeah, shajara, the example of a shajara, kalimatin tayyiba.
ومثل كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة تجتث. Yeah, so like, you know, in Surah Ibrahim, chapter 14 of the Quran, it says that Tawheed, or the goodly word, which is the idea of La ilaha illallah, there's no good word. It's like a tree.
It's an amazing, it's a beautiful example.
This is an example in the Quran. Yeah. You know,
it's firmly planted in the ground. It's firmly planted, and that's the thing. That's why we mentioned this point in the beginning. Like this whole, I understand the logic. I understand why people are saying it, but from a Muslim, from an strictly speaking Islamic perspective, it doesn't work like that. You shouldn't, like, calling people to Christianity, you come closer to Christianity, etc. Like,
but this is
just
where
call people to Islam.
But this is where I understand Tate because we're both you know, public reverts, and we have more influence politically than religiously.
I can see if it's a strategy thing, then fine. Yeah. I don't see if I'm not saying it's wrong, by the way. I'm just saying what I would like to do. But I wouldn't. One thing I would say is wrong is calling them to the Bible. I wouldn't call them to the Bible. I could say the following. I say, look, according to your Bible, this is wrong. But I wouldn't say go and follow your Bible. If there's a fine distinction between the two.
Speaking of according to your Bible, it's wrong. We briefly spoke about Alex Jones at the beginning, calling us disgusting for our belief about the age of marriage and, you know, how it starts with physical maturity, and, you know, mental maturity.
Yeah.
Why do Christians they label us pedophiles when we talk about that? But this is something that's in the Bible. They agree with us biblically.
What's in the Bible is much more severe than that. In fact, if you look at the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse number 18, what you'll find is that it says that to Moses that he can take the young girls for himself. And all of the commentaries say that the young girls here, every single Talmudic commentary and the Old Testament commentaries, effectively all of them accepted that, for example, the Babylonian Talmud, Palestinian Talmud, etc., etc., you can have sex with young girls, according to the Bible. according to Numbers chapter number 31, number 8, verse number 18. You can take them as slaves and have sex with them. This is what they understood from it, you know. And this is something which is abhorrent and condemnable and abominable, and something you'll never find in the Quran and Sunnah. It's something we don't accept, that we don't agree with. In fact, we don't believe, just to be very clear, that you can have sex with, you know, prepubescents or people that even they have gone through puberty but they're not mentally mature. We don't believe in any of this stuff. Who gave you the idea?
Well, when do you know what's mentally mature? Because the frontal cortex on average is developed till 25.
Yeah, but no one's saying that the age of consent should be 25. I don't think a single country in the world should be saying that.
If you follow the liberal logic or the Western logic, then it should be 25. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they're saying it's let's wait for the prefrontal cortex and stuff like that, then it's probably 25. But I think for men it's different to for women. When it fully develops and so on, so it's going to be a different age for a man versus for a woman. It's all nonsense, to be honest with you. But what I will say is that if a Christian wants to make this argument, then he's standing on very shaky grounds indeed, because as I say, like if you look at the Old Testament, I mean, it's actually filled and saturated with these kinds of.
What if a Christian says, "I don't believe in the Old Testament, I believe in the New Testament"?
Well, if they say that, then I'll say that the author of the Old Testament is still Jesus Christ, because you believe that Jesus Christ is part of a Trinity.
That's the point.
And he was authoring the Old Testament, just like he's, you know, authoring the New Testament, because he's God at the end of the day. Jesus is God, and so therefore he's inseparable for the rest of the Trinity. Yes. Which means Jesus was actually effectively, you know, part commander of this abhorrent command to have sex with the young girls. So I mean, if you feel you can't throw stones if you live in a glass house, I mean, for God's sake, I mean, can you? If you're saying what's the references, I can say the Palestinian Talmud, the Babylonian Talmud. Just take a look at
the Palestinian Talmud.
Yeah, funny enough, it's called the Palestinian Talmud. It was thousands of years old, actually.
It actually is?
Yeah, it's called. That's what it's called. And it's thousands of years old. And for those who say Palestine only existed like 50 years ago or something like that, why is it called? Why are the Jews calling their number 2 Talmud the Palestinian Talmud? This is a question, an interesting question.
That's a good one.
But anyway, we keep giving evidences and evidence for everything we believe in, and these people keep rejecting, but no problem. The point I'm making to you is that if you want to make an argument for pedophilia, there's no greater argument that you can make than this verse in the Bible.
I challenge Alex Jones to a debate about this after he called us disgusting, but hasn't responded. Would you debate him about the subject, or do you find it? No,
Alex Jones, I'd debate him, I'd fight him, I'd slap him, I'd do anything. You know, I'd slap his face. I'd slap his face. You know, if he wants to fight me, if he wants to debate me, if he wants to engage in any way, shape, or form, that fat piece of shit, I'd slap his face and I'd humiliate him. Okay,
he's getting late, guys.
He's nothing. Okay, Alex Jones is a fraud. You have to understand this. And for those who rely on his conspiracy theories and stuff like that to live their life, you know, I have to say, he's nothing. He's a nobody. He has no accolades. He has no achievements. He has not done anything. Why are you listening to this fat man? Why are you listening to this fat man? What has he done? What has he proven? What has he shown?
He exposed the Bohemian Grove, the Illuminati.
Okay, so what? Okay, so what should I do now? So what now?
He said that they put fluoride on the water to turn the frogs gay.
Okay, is that it? Is that what you want me now? What, do I have to bow down to this fat piece of shit?
You don't have to bow down.
Sorry to say, who are you, Alex Jones?
He exposed the globalist agenda. The globalists, the Chi-Coms.
He's nothing. Alex Jones is nothing.
I like his stuff. It's too bad that he set up discussion.
Alex Jones is nothing. You have to listen, Alex. You're nothing. You're nothing. Look at my face. Look at me. This is the face of a man who you could wish to be, who you could dream to be, who you can pray to whoever the hell you pray to or whatever the hell you do to be. Okay? Look at me now. Take a look at me and just take a look at this. Tell me, what can you do to me? What can you do? Shout at me with your stupid voice, you know, this and that. Talk about Islam. What have you done? What have you done in your life? What are your achievements? Does your wife love you? Does your mum love you?
He's an unqualified.
Does your mum love you, boy? Does your Alex Jones? Does your mum love you? This is my question. If I was there, I'd hate you. I'd spit on you if I was there. She's nothing. She's nothing, and you're nothing. Sorry to say. Yeah.
Oh no!
What did his mum do, man?
I'm sorry, yeah. Your mum is nothing, actually. What? Alex Jones, your mum is nothing, and you're nothing. Sorry to say, it's done.
His mum might be a very nice person.
I don't care. She's
I
nothing.
bet she's a nice lady. All right.
She's nothing and he's nothing. Come on, Alex. Come and get me now. You heard me right. I said your mother's nothing. Come and get me now.
He hasn't slept. He's sleep
He
deprived.
hasn't slept. Guys,
We're waiting for Fajr prayer.
it's 3:28 a.m.
It's 3:28.
Huh? Your mother.
Oh my
Come on, Alex. Come and get me now.
Oh my god.
Now they're saying takbir in the chat. Okay.
His mother is nothing, and he is nothing. His father is nothing. His whole family is nothing. You nothing. What have you achieved? Tell me what the Jones have achieved. I want to know what the Jones family has achieved in Oklahoma, you hillbilly, you redneck. What have you achieved, you hillbilly, you redneck? What have you achieved? You know what you should have done when you went? What have you achieved, yo, Billy? What have you achieved, redneck? What have you achieved? What has the Jones family achieved? What has the Jones family achieved? Tell me one accolade that your dad done. Tell me one thing that your dad done. What war did he fight in? Vietnam? That hillbilly achieve? What did you achieve, boy? Huh? What did that hillbilly achieve? What did your hillbilly father achieve? Tell me what he achieved. Tell me what that redneck achieved. Huh? Talk about Islam. Get out of here, you hillbilly. You fat hillbilly. Get out of here,
Well,
mate.
I don't think he talked about Islam. He just said that we're disgusting for our beliefs on the age of marriage.
Huh?
I don't think he said we're disgusting. Islam is disgusting. He said we're disgusting.
Was he calling Islam a cancer?
Isn't
Isn't that what he said?
He said disgusting people.
Have you got the right
Disgusting
person?
people. Yeah, disgusting people, bruv. What have the Jones done? Tell me what the Jones has done. Tell me what Mrs. Jones has done. Tell me what Mr. Jones has done. The hillbilly Jones done.
Great weather.
He called
Do you know
Islam
what
cancer?
you know what you should have done? You should have gone to Bohemian Grove and bloody worship the devil with them, bro, because they would have given you some life opportunities. You should have gone with them. You got nothing. You should have got in there with them, mate. You should have made a deal with them. At least you would have gotten something out of it.
Guys, it's late. It's late.
Well, there goes my collab with Alex Jones. That's
Alex Jones is nothing,
there
bro.
goes
Great weather outside.
great weather.
Alex Jones, his mom, his dad, his
Oh,
granddad, the one who fought in the American Civil War, probably had, for the side of the what's it? Confederates, for the side of the Confederates.
Oh wow. Okay, so wait, August 8th. This was today.
What happened?
He tweeted a. No way.
Oh my
okay,
God.
all right. Tommy Robinson, based on Sharia law, these barbarians really believe God would want a 9-year-old children to be married to a 50-year-old man. Oh, by the way, this tweet is not even based in truth. Like, this is just a random. There's no verification behind
what did
this.
he say?
Yeah, let's see what he
This
said.
is Islam, and this is why I oppose it.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah,
Alex Jones.
look at all these likes.
yeah. And then
Alex Jones says a pedo cult.
Okay, so he
say no more.
So he's a fat weasel.
Said the hillbilly. Said the hillbilly. Shut up, hillbilly. Shut up, hillbilly.
That's it.
Shut up,
He's a
hillbilly.
fool. He's a fool.
Of course, he's the American chav.
He's a fool. That's it. Well, he qualified himself.
Yeah.
He's an unqualified that qualified himself.
Well,
Great stuff.
His mother's.
Okay.
Yeah, his mother.
Okay.
His mother's done.
wow.
His mother's done.
I didn't know he said this.
What did he say now?
It's crazy though.
No,
That
that's crazy. That's
no.
crazy, though.
Alex Jones, you're too afraid to talk about Jews. I don't know what they have about you. You're too afraid to talk about Zionism. You've been running from that topic. The
an
Chi-Coms, the globalists, the Chi-Coms. Talk about Zionism. Talk about Israel. Look how quick you are to talk about Islam, but you can't talk about Judaism ever. Why? What do they get on you? What's the dirt?
They have
Because you used to
problem
talk about it right after
with
9/11.
Islam.
You said, it's Israel. Now you're too afraid and you blame Chinese people. You're fraudulent.
Yeah.
Retweeting Tommy Robinson.
Terrible.
Tell me more, Alex Jones, about your mum.
All right.
I want to know more about that, Mrs. Jones.
I don't.
I just want to know about Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Mia, Mrs. Jones.
don't stream at 4 a.m.
That's exactly why. What the?
Oh
Bro, someone said he's high on Dean. Someone said you're sniffing halal coke.
Great stuff.
Okay. Time for Fajr. Time for Fajr prayer.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mrs. Jones.
Oh, bro. Best part of this live stream.
Oh my god.
That is a good stream. I've learned a lot of things from Mohammed Hijab. Subscribe my channel to get more stream like that. Inshallah, I'll do harder. Inshallah, I'll upload all of those live stream or Islamic live stream and Islamic reaction on the channel. Let's subscribe.